Good afternoon and welcome to Davenport Field at Disharoon Park. It's time once again for Virginia baseball. Game 2 of the Commonwealth Clash this afternoon, and Virginia going for the series victory over the Hokies and that coveted point in the season standings in the Commonwealth Clash between the Hoos and the Hokies this year. Welcome in. I'm Adam Hawes coming to you live on our audio broadcast here on our YouTube stream, but thrilled once again to be bringing you Virginia baseball here as you're listening in. Let's take a look back at what happened yesterday in Game 1 of the Commonwealth Clash. The Cavaliers picking up a win over Virginia Tech by a score of 11-6. Once again, cracking the double-digit barrier when it comes to scoring runs on Fridays. Last 2 Fridays in ACC play have been very good to the Cavaliers. A 5-run win, though, but it was back and forth throughout as Virginia Tech jumped out to an early 1-0 lead, but Virginia had a response after capitalizing on a Hokie error. Hoos played it 2, then another in the second to get a 2-run lead heading into the middle innings, but Virginia Tech would have a response in the 4th inning, courtesy of 3 straight singles to begin the inning against Henry Zetkowski. The Hokies were able to plate all 3 of those runs and take another 1-run lead. But Noah Murray delivered a huge lift with a 3-run blast to left in the bottom of the 5th inning. That set the Cavaliers back ahead by 2, but Hokies were not done. 2 runs in the top half of the 6th inning, courtesy of a Sam Gates 2-run home run to right in the top of the 6th. Tied the game once again, but Virginia had an answer yet again. In the bottom half of the inning, it was A.J. Gracia going yard for his 7th home run of the season, going Oppo Taco out to left, and he put the Cavaliers ahead. They would not look back. They would plate 3 more runs in the 7th inning. Some big RBIs from Eric Becker and the likes of Kyle Johnson as well. And the Hoos wound up with a commanding 5-run victory over the Hokies in Game 1, 11-6. The win in that one went to Henry Zetkowski. He's now 3-0 on the season. If you look at his performance, a strong 7 innings in which he threw 90 pitches. That's another career high and a career-long outing for him. He did allow 6 runs, but only 4 earned. And in talking to Coach Pollard in the postgame, said the contact was mostly weak, not many balls left the bat faster than 90 miles an hour. So he was getting soft contact, although he did allow 7 hits in those 4 runs. A career high, 10 strikeouts, no walks yesterday for Zetkowski. No walks for Virginia pitching as a whole, because that Zetkowski finished the 7th inning. Coach Pollard was all too eager to hand the ball to his rubber arm reliever, Lucas Hartman, who pitched a hitless shutout, 2 scoreless innings with 4 strikeouts. He retired all 6 batters he faced to get the final 2 innings scoreless and in the books, and another Virginia victory. Looking on the other side, it was Ethan Grimm, and it was a bit of an adventure on the mound yesterday for the Hokies due to the fact that Grimm lasted 3 innings, then threw just a couple of pitches in that 4th inning to Kyle Johnson before he was forced to exit due to an undisclosed injury, but something clearly didn't feel quite right, and he was forced to exit. That caused a little bit of a delay, but Brendan Yagish got in the game. He pitched 3 innings, and considering the spot he was asked to come in, you got to tip your cap to a guy coming in cold. He did allow 8 runs. 6 of those were earned, and that was the theme for the Hokies pitching yesterday. 3 runs for Grimm allowed, but only 1 of those was earned. He had 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. Yagish had 6 strikeouts to just 2 walks. Brody Rowe also got the ball late for the Hokies. He pitched 2 innings of scoreless relief. So it sets up for an interesting game number 2, and already we've got an interesting development for this game as we will see the Cavalier debut of catcher Jake Weatherspoon in the starting lineup today. He had been tabbed as the starting catcher coming into the season, actually led the team in home runs during the fall, but a wrist hand injury has kept him out of the lineup. But we will finally see the long anticipated debut of Weatherspoon, a Gold Glove level catcher behind the plate. He won that honor for the junior college level last year behind the plate. And so Weatherspoon gets the nod today from Indian River State. and Melbourne, Florida to Charlottesville, Virginia, and the University of the State here. Weatherspoon will be batting 9th. Let's go ahead and take a look at your starting lineups today as we are just a few minutes away while the field gets ready for today's contest between the Hoos and the Hokies. Looking at the starting lineup, we'll start with the visitors and the Virginia Tech Hokies. Not really any difference when it comes to Virginia's lineup, but the Hokies, on the other hand, they've got quite a few changes to their lineup. Nick Licurdo is going to be leading off. He'll be in left field today once again. He batted second yesterday, scored a run. Ethan Ball, the true freshman, second baseman, 2 hits yesterday. He'll be batting second, up from the 3 spot yesterday. Sam Grube also shifts up 1 spot from cleanup to batting third. He's back at first base. Hudson Luderman had an RBI yesterday. He'll be batting cleanup, handling the bat as the DH once again. Pete Daniel is at shortstop, and he came in as a defensive replacement late. Did have 1 at bat. He was 0 for 1. He replaces Ethan Gibson in the starting lineup, and Daniel, the Belmont transfer, will be batting 5th. Sam Gates had a home run yesterday. He bats 6th. He's out in right field. Henry Cook, the catcher, is batting 7th. And then Owen Petrich at third base, batting 8th. Trayson Hughes, who led off yesterday, is batting 9th. That's a look at the Virginia Tech Hokies. They will be going up against Max Stammel on the mound for Virginia. Had a great start last weekend against the North Carolina Tar Heels. We'll get into that in just a moment. But first, let's go ahead and set the Virginia lineup for you. And this one, much more similar to yesterday's lineup than their counterparts, although the one notable exception. But let's run through it. Eric Becker leading off at short. AJ Gracia in center field. He'll be batting second, left the yard, with his team leading 7th home run last night. Joe Tiroli bats third at second base. Sam Harris will bat cleanup. We're going to get you the rest of the Cavalier lineup here in just a moment, but we're going to step aside for just a sec for the national anthem here at Disharoon Park. We'll let you listen in.
National anthem.
And with the national anthem completed here at Disharoon Park, let's get back to setting Virginia's starting lineups. So we've got Becker, Gracia, Tiroli as the top 3. Sam Harris, first base, he'll be batting cleanup. Harrison Didewick is in left field today. He'll be batting 5th. Noah Murray, a 3-run blast last night, and he's batting 6th once again. Over at the hot corner, he's been flashing the leather lately. Zach Jackson in right field today, batting 7th. Kyle Johnson once again handling the bat as the DH. Still haven't seen Johnson on the mound, but he's had the bat in his hands quite a bit here to start the year, and he's already piling up the hits. Had a couple yesterday with an RBI and seeing the ball well, walking as well. Jake Weatherspoon, as we mentioned, catching and batting 9th today for the Cavaliers, and they'll be going up against Brett Renfro. So let's take a look at that pitching matchup today. Max Stammel versus Brett Renfro. Renfro, of course, a proven starter coming into the season, one of the most experienced arms in the ACC, and one of the highest leverage guys you can throw on a Friday night, although they've shifted around the pitching rotation a bit to where Renfro's going on Saturdays, They've gone with the freshman Ethan Grimm on Fridays, although that plan may be up in the air a bit after Grimm's injury yesterday. But if you take a look at Virginia's starter, Max Stammel, coming off perhaps his best career performance considering the situation, a start on Saturday for the series victory against a top 10 North Carolina team, and Stammel delivered with a tremendous outing. Looking at it, 6 innings of 1-run ball, just 3 hits, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, 89 pitches, a career high and a career long outing as well, and he gets the win to boot. So Stammel looking to recapture that form. Henry Zetkowski last night, even though you look at the numbers and Cavaliers gave up 6 runs while he was on the mound, Coach Pollard very pleased. And talking to him in the postgame last night, Zetkowski went 7. Pollard said he was considering even sending Zetkowski back out for the 8th, but when you've got a bullpen arm like Lucas Hartman behind him, it makes for a tough decision, and Hartman proved his coach right for making that call. The team is huddled up in front of their own dugout here. We're almost set to go as Stammel, as I mentioned, will go up against Brett Renfro of the Hokies, the number 32 college prospect as tabbed by D1 Baseball coming into the season. He was a all-ACC freshman team member back in 2024, also made the 3rd team that year, and he also has pitched for the U.S. Baseball Collegiate National Team. A couple of Cavaliers, A.J. Gracia and Eric Becker, have also played for the Collegiate National Team. Was an all-ACC 13 member last year and also made the Collegiate National Team training camp invite list. So one of the most well-regarded pitchers in the ACC in the country. As Virginia takes the field here, should be a good one between the Hoos and the Hokies. Coming in, Virginia now with a record of 15-3, a hot start under head coach Chris Pollard. Since last Tuesday against Charlotte, the Hoos have been on a roll. They bounced back from a 13-0 loss in 7 innings against the 49ers on Tuesday night. Won the next night 8-1 in the Kannapolis ballpark there of the Kannapolis Cannons. Picked up 2 wins in the first 2 games of the series against North Carolina. Dropped the last game in extra innings, but had leads late in that game as well. And then coming back in the midweek, a 9-7 win over William & Mary. Now an opening series win against the rival Hokies. And we'll see if they can get the series dub here today. It's Virginia baseball, and thanks for listening in this afternoon. Once again, Adam Hawes thrilled to be bringing you this contest. We are back in windy Charlottesville today as the flags are whipping around in dead center field, blowing out. And if you were here in the ballpark yesterday or you were listening in on the radio, you know the wind was whipping all over the place, really affected the outfielders a couple of times. We actually saw a Hokie left fielder drop a baseball just because of the way the wind plays with the ball when it gets lifted up in the air. Today, though, looks like it might propel a few out of the ballpark, as we saw last night from the Hoos with Noah Murray and A.J. Gracia. Sam Gates was also able to get a hold of one for the Hokies. And should be an eventful offensive day if the wind right now is any indication. Max Stammel taking his final warm-up tosses to Jake Weatherspoon. First time he's been a battery mate of one of his new Virginia teammates this season. And lots of excitement around not only the glove, but also the bat of Jake Weatherspoon. Starting catching for the first time this afternoon for the Virginia Cavaliers. His throw down to second is on a rope to Eric Becker. Hokies in the all-gray uniforms today. It's another traditional matchup with the pinstripe home whites for the Cavaliers. Blue caps, gray helmets. And now it's going to be the leadoff batter and Nick Lacurdo standing in to get us underway. Game 2 of the Commonwealth Clash. Virginia 1 win away from clinching the series. Hokies trying to force a rubber match on Sunday. Here we go as Stammel looks in, gets the first sign, and sets at the letters before his first pitch is taken for a called strike on the inside corner. Luke Hamilton behind home plate today doing the balls and strikes. Thomas Newsom over at first base. Mark Jarbo at second. Brian Miller at third. Stammel looks back in. Lined out to center off the bat of Licurdo, and this is going to be a leadoff single as it's one hop into Gracia's glove. Second pitch taken to the outfield. Nick Licurdo gets the offense started today with a leadoff single. Licurdo yesterday for Virginia Tech was 0 for 3, but he did score a run. Now on base with his first hit, and it'll bring up the lefty Ethan Ball. And we'll see how Virginia Tech will play it here early with a runner at first. If they look to maybe try to get the bunt game going. Doesn't seem like Ball is looking to square up. Instead, he takes all the way and takes a called strike one. Stammel, similar profile to Henry Zetkowski in that he will not light up the radar gun necessarily, but he's got a great slider, and he's been working in that change as well to complement that fastball. Throw over to first here. Going to work on holding that runner on, and better be careful over there if you're an opposing base runner, because Max Stammel has both of the Cavaliers' pickoffs this season. Had a pickoff of Gavin Gallagher last weekend, and that one comes a little too far inside. It's going to hit Ethan Ball, so the Hokies have two base runners here with nobody out to begin the ball game. As Ball took that one on the front leg. Looked like it hit him right in the lower leg, somewhere in that calf shin. I think it came just above the ankle, but he's gingerly walking down. The trainer going to come out from the Hokies dugout here just to pat him on the back, make sure he's okay. He was out of the box walking down. He's already down to first base, so hasn't really affected his movement that much, but just making sure there's nothing lingering a few seconds after the fact. Virginia Tech's going to have a run-scoring opportunity once again here to take an early lead, just as they did yesterday, with the cleanup hitter Sam Grube due up. Cleanup hitter from yesterday, Grube that is. He's batting third today. Just about everybody got shifted up one at the top of the order as Trayson Hughes moved down after being the leadoff hitter yesterday. For John Sheff, facing off against Chris Pollard, two familiar ACC coaches, just for Pollard, new digs. It is going to be a bunt this time, and one that started fair, bounced back foul, and then eventually kept foul as Murray fielded it. But it was Grube looking to push it down the third base line there. And that's where you want to try to place it. You want to try to pull that third baseman up from the bag so that you advance the runner from second easily. Nearly did it, but it's a strike instead, and Stammel throws another as this one is bunted towards the pitcher's mound. Stammel's going to go to third, and he gets the lead runner. A risky play there, and it was close. If he doesn't get it there, it's serious trouble for Stammel. Instead, cuts down the lead runner as Licurdo taken out on what is ruled a fielder's choice. So the sacrifice unsuccessful. Quick hands and a strong throw to Murray get the lead runner, but it's still first and second with one out here for the Cavaliers. Now the pitch is grounded foul off the bat of Hudson Luderman. It was Luderman's RBI single in the first inning yesterday that actually got the Hokies on the board, so a chance for him to do the same. And as a matter of fact, was batting with one out and a runner at second when he drove in that run yesterday in the first inning. So certainly a familiar spot for Luderman. The DH sophomore from Knoxville, Tennessee. Stammel turns back to second where Tiroli is covering the bag, making sure Ball doesn't take an early lead or try to get a head start in case something does sneak through the infield with just one out. Count is 0-1 here to Luderman out of Knoxville Catholic High School playing for the Hokies. The 0-1, but no, it's Stammel turning back and throwing to second base. Not really making a pickoff move necessarily, just sort of turning around and going through the motions of throwing it. It's a left side of the field shift right now for Virginia. Three infielders on that side, including Tiroli playing essentially behind the runner to the left of second base. Finally comes back home with it, but misses inside to Luderman, 1-1. Stammel, the Duke transfer, but has proven himself as a weekend starter here for the Cavaliers after a solid freshman campaign for the Blue Devils. Got Luderman out in front that time. He waves and misses at the 1-1, now 1-2. Luderman, 13 RBIs on the season, a .265 batting average. And Stammel trying to work out of early trouble here in the first. 1-2. Popped up to the right side of the field, shallow for Zach Jackson. He makes the catch. Runner's going to stay put at second base, not deep enough for Ball to try and tag and run to third. So an unproductive out forced by Max Stammel. Despite the early base runners, he's now 1 out away from a clean sheet here in the first. Hokies looking for a 2-out rally to get things going. And so we've actually got a lineup change here since I read you the lineup. It's going to be Henry Cook batting 5th. Originally, Pete Daniel had been slated to start at shortstop. Instead, it's going to be Ethan Gibson, and he'll be batting 9th. And that's a swing and a miss on the first pitch from Henry Cook. So some lineup adjustments here. Bear with us in the first inning, but Cook, a chance to add a run on the scoreboard and give his team the first lead of the ball game. 0-1, and that one's just outside. Weatherspoon tried to help him out with a frame job on the outside corner, but the home plate umpire did not bite. Cook yesterday 1 for 3 with a run scored, also struck out twice. Was eventually replaced by Anderson French when the Cavaliers dipped into their bullpen. Hard hit on a line into the glove of Noah Murray. The baseball keeps finding him, and he keeps making plays over there at the hot corner. A line out to end a scoreless first despite some early traffic for Max Stammel. Cavaliers post to 0 in the top of the first inning, and they'll try to break the scoreless tie in the bottom half of the first. We'll step aside for just a moment, come back with more action here from the dish.
First Citizens has built a unique legacy of strength, stability, and long-term thinking that has spanned generations. Headquartered in Raleigh, First Citizens offers local commercial and personal banking expertise, delivering best-in-class financial services. Contact First Citizens for innovative personalized service and resources to grow and manage your wealth. Discover more at firstcitizens.com. First Citizens Bank is a member FDIC. Setting the defense for Tech, we'll have Nick Lucero in left field. Out center field will be Trace Hughes. Playing right field, St. Gates. Over third base, Owen Petrich. Playing shortstop, Ethan Gibson. At second base, Ethan Ball. Playing first base, Sam Brew. Catching Henry Cook. And on the mound today for the Hokies, number 17, Brett Renfro. The Who's are due up. It's time to go to work.
Scoreless first for Max Stammel for the Cavaliers on the mound, despite some early base runners. Now Virginia will look to take an early lead as they'll send the top of the order to face Brett Renfro here in the bottom half of the first inning. A reminder for you, here's the top 3 in the Cavalier lineup. It's going to be the shortstop, Eric Becker, the center fielder, A.J. Gracia, and then Joe Tiroli, the second baseman, facing off against one of the most proven right-handers in the ACC. Coming into the year, certainly a favorite to make the all-conference team as a starting pitcher. It's been a little slow out of the gates for Renfro, 0-2 in 4 starts, 15 innings. He's allowed 10 earned runs on 20 hits, 11 runs overall, but 20 strikeouts to just 5 walks. Opponents, though, hitting .328 against him with 4 home runs. But we talked a little bit about this yesterday. The Virginia Tech schedule has been unforgiving here in the early season. And so while Virginia Tech's record may look unimpressive, Coach Pollard yesterday mentioning they are much better than that record would indicate. Played 3 ranked teams down in Arlington. Eric Becker takes a first pitch strike from Renfro, the shortstop for Virginia, coming in batting .329 today. Breaking ball outside. And as the leadoff hitter, getting on base north of 400, 407, 24 hits, tied for the team lead with 2 other Cavaliers. And he fights one off the other way. Check that. It's actually tied for the second as Harrison Didowick leads the team in hits. And it's interesting, Didowick is fairly close to surpassing his season total from 2025 already in 2026. He'll be batting 5th today as Becker's in a 1-2 count against Renfro. And he fights another one off. Renfro going to be in the zone quite a bit. We mentioned the low walk totals, but he's going to light up the radar gun as well as a fastball has been tracked at close to 97 miles an hour this year. Breaking ball, and that hit Becker. Boy, that looked like it was fairly close to the zone, and yet Becker's arms hanging out over the plate. Not like he leaned into it or anything, but they found it, or the baseball found them. And so a hit by pitch here in the first inning puts the leadoff runner on. Any way you can get aboard if you're Becker leading this game off is good with him, because it sets the table for A.J. Gracia. Saw Gracia leave the yard for the 7th time this year already, yesterday out to left. And his first pitch is 94. Outside, though, 1-0. You look at the numbers, and it's hard to believe sometimes. A .528 on-base percentage, a .754 slugging. He's leading the team in OPS by a good margin over Sam Harris and Kyle Johnson. But that one's taken outside. This time it's a called strike on the outside corner. 94 again, as looks like Renfro trying to work that outside part of the plate against Gracia. At open stance, you certainly don't want to put anything in the power zone there on the inside part of the plate that he can pull out to right. 1-1. And that one's a breaking ball that's outside. Renfro, a big part of why Virginia Tech had some expectations to come into the year this year. The starting pitching as a whole really looked poised to carry the Hokies this season. And another breaking ball that just misses to Gracia. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. Becker still holding steady over there at first base, as he's not necessarily somebody who looks to run too often. In fact, this year he does not have a stolen base or an attempt, despite batting in that leadoff spot. 3-1, Gracia. Get used to that if you haven't watched A.J. Gracia yet this year. Lots of walks, but patience at the plate. He is all the more happy to be on base. That OBP going to go up. And it's 2 free passes here to start for Renfro. Can the Cavaliers capitalize unlike their opponents in the first inning? It was the same situation, 2 on, nobody out. Here's Joe Tiroli to try and get things going for the Cavalier offense after a hit by pitch and a walk have put 2 runners on. The Ryder transfer, Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference Player of the Year last year for the Bronx. He takes the breaking ball in the zone, this time for a called strike 1. Tiroli batting just a tick under 300 at 296 this season, but 16 RBIs and 2 home runs. 0-1, hit in the air, to left, high fly ball, and goodbye! Joe Tiroli with a moonshot 3-run blast to left. Everybody's coming home, and the Cavaliers lead by 3. Well, off the bat, you knew it was going to be difficult for Nick Licurdo to keep that one in the yard, and he had no shot. Into the bleachers, and the Virginia fans are on top and on their feet here in the first. third home run of the season for Joe Tiroli. Tell you, he was letting him fly in batting practice today, and he gets a hold of that one. 374 feet out to left. How about a 38-degree launch angle? He sent that one into the stratosphere and into the bleachers. Sam Harris takes the first pitch out of the zone. Harris has been swinging a hot bat as of late. Coming in, he's batting .353. And Renfroe goes to the fastball to get in the zone and get a strike to even the count back up at 1-1. Well, Joe Tiroli flashed some power last year for the Bronx of Ryder. 3 home runs so far for the Cavaliers as Sam Harris takes a big hack at that one, but comes up empty. Seems like every time Sam Harris swings that the first base side must feel a pretty big draft coming their way. But here's the 1-2 as Harris looks to get things started once again. Nobody out still, but he goes down on strikes. Another big hack, but a 95-mile-an-hour fastball in on the hands. Harris can't get the bat to it, and it's Renfroe's first out. It's a strikeout. 1 out now here in the bottom of the first inning. Joe Tiroli, a 3-run home run. You know, if you were drawing it up, tough to go much better through the first 3 batters. You get a hit by a pitch for your leadoff man. You walk the second batter, and then your number 3 hole hitter drives them all home with 1 swing of the bat. Harrison Didowick takes outside here to begin his AB. 1-0. Speaking of power, Harrison Didowick still trying to tap into some of that 23 home run season power he flashed 2 years ago. This one popped up to the left side, but it's going to get out of play. Over towards the assembled fans, and boy, I tell you, I had given up on that ball. Owen Petrich did not, and he was racing towards the left field line, and there's actually a pitcher's mound down there in foul territory where the bullpen used to be for the Cavaliers. He was running all the way down there and had to sort of crest on top of the hill there. If that not have been there, he may have been able to make that catch. Heck of an effort by Petrich, but it's just strike 1 now to Didowick. And I don't know if Noah Murray came out to say something to Didowick or if he was delivering some baseballs there to the umpire, but he's now back in the on-deck circle as Didowick faces a 1-1 count. Breaking ball outside. 2-1 now. Didowick batting .378 this season. Leading team coming into today's contest. A huge bounce back year so far in 26. And low and inside. Good pitch from Renfroe, but Didowick a better eye to lay off. He started the hands, and Cook behind the plate did a good job framing that one up. But it was a ball inside, and it's 3-1. The pitch inside again. That one is called for a strike. Again, Didowick started to offer at it before holding the body up. But again, a nice job by Cook to make it look like it finished like a strike. That time he gets the call. It's 3-2. Payoff pitch coming. That one in the dirt. It'll be ball 4. Second walk of the day already for Renfroe. And he's also hit a batter for a guy that walked only 5 coming in and did not hit anybody in his first 4 starts. Having trouble keeping guys off the bases here early. It's already cost the Hokies 3 runs thanks to Joe Tiroli's long ball. Now Noah Murray, who had a 3-run home run of his own yesterday. Murray, the average is maybe not where he would like it, but the damage he does is notable still. That's a called strike on the outside corner of the zone there. Looked like took a little something off at that time, coming in at 86 miles an hour. So Noah Murray's got 11 hits this season. 5 have left the yard, including yesterday's. Check swing, called strike, and Didowick got a jump on a secondary lead, did not go, but it's 0-2 now. You wonder if Virginia maybe looks to put the hit and run on to try to take the double play out of effect here with 2 strikes. And maybe the Hokies thinking the same thing, trying to get Didowick creeping off the bag. He's back in safely, though. Didowick's got 6 stolen bases, the most of any Cavalier this year. It's really only been him and Zach Jackson that have really attempted many stolen bases. Murray takes this time. Didowick was not going. Between Didowick and Jackson, they're 10 for 12. The rest of the team has stolen 4 bases in 5 attempts. 1-2, Didowick is going. Murray checks the swing. He went, and he's down on strikes, but Didowick dives headfirst into second base, and he has his 7th stolen base of the season. He's into scoring position, but Murray heads back to the dugout frustrated with that AB. Never could fully commit to any one swing there, it looked like. Renfroe fooling him a bit. Second strikeout for Tech starter as Zach Jackson will try to bring that runner home from scoring position here. Jackson on the year, batting .286 with 13 RBIs, and he's flashed some power this year with 4 home runs as well. Breaking ball, called strike, first pitch. It's really been the fastball and that breaking pitch from Renfroe here, the 2 main offerings he's given these Virginia hitters so far, mixing in a few other off-speed pitches. Takes a look back at second base where Didowick is dancing off the base, and Jackson takes that one just a bit off the plate, maybe a little low as well, 1-1. Jackson out of Smyrna, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta, and a former Duke Blue Devil. Didn't see too much action last season, has seen a lot this year for the Cavaliers. There's a strike, came back with the fastball and finds the zone, 1-2. Didowick will be running on contact with his speed. He's certainly looking to score on anything through the infield if Jackson can put it in play there. Renfroe trying to get through the first inning here. Jackson drives it towards center. Chasing is Hughes. Diving catch. And he's got it. Looked like he bobbled it at first. Jackson's going to keep running. The umpire did signal out. I think they're going to look at it again, though. It just looked like maybe there was a bobble right as it hit his glove because he didn't pop up and hold it up right away. They are going to take a look at it, but it did look like it came in and hit the glove. So I'm going to have to defer to any sort of umpire call here on whether he caught it. They're coming together first, and now they'll head to the well to take a look at this one. Hughes looked like he got there, and it looked like the ball came down in the glove. But, again, just looked like there was maybe a little bobble. Now, if that was on the transition, it's not going to matter, and the umpires will determine that. But if it was right after he was trying to get it up, this could be an RBI for Zach Jackson, who stands at third base now, and they may put him back to second as well. Hits the glove for sure as he goes into the dive. The question is, does it come out of the glove as it skids across the grass? I'm having trouble picking up the ball, getting a look at the replay here. But he did bring it up and transfer it to the hand. I think it's going to stand as called. And what I thought was a bobble at first, I think maybe it was just him moving the glove up towards that offhand. Although it looks like his glove may have come off of his hand in the process, actually. So I think this is going to be an interesting call. Again, I'll leave it up to the umpires to make it, but looking at it, I do think he makes the catch. But if his glove did come off, the question is, did the ball stay in the webbing the entire time? I think he makes the catch. We're going to have to wait and see, though. Hokies were ready to leave the field. They have yet to exit the infield. Jackson is still standing with third base coach Derek Simmons down on the left field side, and everybody's just standing around waiting. Us here included up here in the press box as we bring you Game 2 of the Commonwealth Clash here. Thanks for listening in this afternoon as it's a busy day on the UVA sports calendar. Men's lacrosse taking on Maryland. You can listen to that on News Radio WINA 98.9 FM 1070 AM. Plus later tonight, we've got the Virginia men's basketball team playing in the ACC championship game at 8:30. So a busy day outside of us here at the Dish, but it's a big series and a big chance for the Hoos in Game 2 of the Commonwealth Clash to earn the season point. And taking a look at the season standings in the Commonwealth Clash, as we saw in men's basketball, they split the two meetings on the year, so neither team was able to earn a point. But the Virginia side in the lead at the moment, 10-4. Still a few events to come in the spring beyond baseball, but if Virginia can get the win today, they would earn the point for baseball to go up 11-4. Here comes the call, and he did not make the catch, according to the umpire. Jackson will go to second base. Virginia's going to plead their case that he should be allowed to stay on third, but it's up to the umpire's discretion. Because that would have ended the inning, it kind of makes it so you can't just let Jackson run around the bases while everybody else thinks the inning is over. So they're going to put him at second base. But that's a bit of a surprising call, honestly. From my vantage point here and by looking at the replay, it looked like the ball hit the glove. The only thing I can think of is maybe the glove came off and in the process maybe hit the turf, but it looked like he still made the catch there out in center. It was a great effort nonetheless by Hughes. But now Jackson stands on second base. The inning will continue. Pollard is still talking with the umpires. I think he's not thrilled that Jackson's got to head back to second base. He kicked the grass after that conversation. He wants more, so Jackson stands at second base. I guess that will go down as an RBI double. Now the umpire's going to talk to John Sheff. I don't think either coach is going to be happy right now. Feels like they're having to do a lot of explaining, and that's a tough break for Virginia Tech. And so the glove came off, I think, is the issue with that catch. And if that's the case, he did not complete the process of the catch, I guess, to use maybe some NFL lingo for you. See if I can't get a more detailed explanation for you as the game goes on here. But that's a break for the Cavaliers and a tough pill to swallow if you're the Hokies. Second hit for the Cavaliers. RBI by Jackson. He stands at second base now as Kyle Johnson, the DH, will pick up the bat now. 4-0, Virginia's lead, and Johnson, first pitch swinging, hits it straight up into the air and down into the mitt of Sam Grube. Nice job tracking that one as it was hit a mile high. Johnson going up aggressively. Cavaliers aggressive here in the first inning, scoring 4 runs and only 2 hits needed to get them home. Joe Tiroli and Zach Jackson. Tiroli's 3-run home run, the big hit, but Jackson adding some insurance. And so it's 4-0 Hoos. Back with more Virginia baseball from the Dish in just a moment.
That's Alumni Hall, where Cavalier fans shop. And while you're at the marketing table, fill out your choice for tonight's Fan DJ promotion presented by CMG. Maybe your song will win and will be played later today. And be sure to fill out your guess for tonight's Guess the Stretch promotion. The fan who guesses the closest time to the 7th inning stretch will win a UGA prize pack. fielder number 10.
A 4-run first inning for the Cavaliers have put the Who's up by 4. After Max Stammel escaped some early trouble in the top half of the first inning, he's back to the mound here for the Cavaliers with a little bit of a cushion, facing 6, 7, and 8 in the Hokies order, but that one comes way inside to the leadoff hitter, Sam Gates, the right fielder. Had a big hit yesterday to tie the game in the middle innings. The cheer you hear there comes from Luke Hamilton, the home plate umpire, going behind the back towards the Virginia dugout there. It's 1-0 here from Stammel to Gates, and misses outside with the fastball. It's just amazing to watch these Virginia starters work. Guys that have just found ways to master the art of their deception. That's a strike. 90 miles an hour with the fastball, but mix up of pitches and the new pitching lab here at Disharoon Park probably helping out this pitching staff get ready for ACC play. Ground ball right side. Tiroli's going to charge in on it and just sort of flip it over to Harris, covering the bag at first for an easy out, number 1. Stammel got in a bit of trouble early with a single and then a hit batsman, but since it settled in, he made a nice play on the mound to get the lead runner when there were 2 on and nobody out. And Sam Grube tried to bunt the runners over. Stammel made a nice throw to the bag at third on the bunt with Murray covering and got the lead runner. Then got an unproductive fly out and a line out to end it. Now a ground out to begin this inning. Now it's Owen Petrich. Checks his swing. Jake Weatherspoon pointed out towards the mound. Again, Spoon. Jake Weatherspoon making his Cavalier debut behind the plate today. He'll lead off in the second for his first at bat as a Cavalier. That's a nice looking pitch there. 79 to the outside corner, tailing away from the right-handed hitting Owen Petrich, who's batting .250 on the year with 7 RBIs and 1 home run. In the 7 spot today at the hot corner. And a tough pitch to take for him, but it's a good one, because that one's just outside, 2-1. Getting a look at how Weatherspoon handles the catching in his first start here in the ACC. Nice pitch again as Petrich out in front. Big swing, big miss, 2-2. Petrich yesterday for the Hokies contributed with 1 hit, 2 runs scored, and an RBI. Productive day. Grounder, third base. Murray's got it. The throw is there for Harris once again. Noah Murray looking like a natural over there at third base. Got a chance to talk with Coach Pollard in the pregame, and because of Joe Tiroli's injury coming back from a broken foot a couple months before the season, kept him off the field, in the field. He was able to bat still, but Murray had to pick up the slack at second base. It was a little bit of an adventure and some tough plays for him over there, but he has made third base look easy. Big swing and a miss from Trayson Hughes, the senior center fielder today. Comes up empty, and Stammel's looking to try to get through a 1-2-3 second inning. Pull side shift here to the right side for the Cavalier infield. Murray's still at third base, though. And there's the 0-1. That's going to change now. Different approach with 2 strikes for the batter. Same for the infield. Murray goes to second base now as Tiroli drops into shallow right. Stammel. Strong second inning so far. This is grounded towards that shift. It's Tiroli charging in once again. 3 ground ball outs. Second base, third base, back to second. Max Stammel works a 1-2-3 top half of the second. Who's leading? 4-0. Looking for more. We'll see Jake Weatherspoon get his first at bat as a Cavalier when we come back here at the Dish.
Health is everything. At UVA Health, our experts help ease lives at every stage of your life. UVA Health, driven to bring hope to life. UVAHealth.com/driven. Turn your attention to Who Is It for today's Who Am I, presented by UVA Health. Here are today's clues. I started all 137 games of my Cavalier career. I I homered in the same game as my brother twice. And I was drafted 60th overall in the 2021 MLB draft. Which UVA player could this be? Check back at the end of that second inning.
Adam Hawes back from the dish here for Game 2 of the Commonwealth Clash, and we're about to see the Cavalier debut of one Jake Weatherspoon, a transfer in from the junior college ranks at Indian River State, a Melbourne, Florida native out of Melbourne High School. The junior, 6'2", right-handed bat, batting ninth today in his first game as a Cavalier, and he's going up swinging. Maybe a little over-aggressive there. He gets a lot of cheers from the dugout. I think he had a little bit of a smile after that cut. Renfroe got him hunting. It's 0-1 now. And again, a nice pitch that's just diving off the edge of the plate there. Looks like a slider coming in from Renfroe. It's got Weatherspoon twice now. He's fallen behind 0-2. Indian River State, where he won a Gold Glove. But this one is hit high in the air, and forget about it. First AB, first home run. Jake Weatherspoon, another towering shot out to left. He goes yard. Who's using the long ball to their advantage today? It's 5-0. How about that? Down 0-2 in your first at bat, and pitch number 3 is up and out. He knew it as soon as he got it. 2 souvenirs for the fans in the bleachers here at the dish today. Jake Weatherspoon, 387 out to left, 100 miles an hour off the bat. Another moonshot. Now Eric Becker takes that one outside. Who's are swinging for the fences today? Joe Tiroli and Jake Weatherspoon. Flashing that power that many looking in thought it was going to be there. This one driven to right, and Eric Becker serves a soft liner into right, hits safely. He's aboard for the second time today. Cavaliers are seeing the ball well right now as Becker stands over at first base, still nobody out. 4 hits for the Cavaliers. And you always got to be careful pitching to this guy, A.J. Gracia. Ball is flying out of the park today and blowing straight out to center field. Here's the first pitch to Gracia with Becker on. Gracia got something that he thought about offering at. Instead, watches it in on the outside corner for strike 1. A lot of action in those left field bleachers so far this weekend. Even A.J. Gracia's went out to the opposite field yesterday. Eric Becker's running on the pitch. Gracia's swinging on the pitch. He hits it straight up on the infield. Becker has got to hustle back because he lost track of the baseball. He is going to be able to dive back in safely as the third baseman Petrich makes the catch. Cavaliers catch a little bit of a break there. Looked like the hit and run was on. Gracia got underneath that one for out number 1. Becker had to hustle back to first base to prevent getting doubled off. Because he was running, he didn't see it off the bat, so when he was up, he had to look around because he had no idea where the baseball was. And I think it was Casey Scott over there at first base who was probably screaming at him to hustle back. Joe Tiroli's second at-bat, his first one. He took a pitch out to left in the first inning for the first home run off of Brett Renfroe. So Becker's still over at first base. One away now. Righty-righty matchup here against Tiroli for Renfroe, the 1-0. And he was gearing up to drive that one out to left again, but got underneath it, fouls it back. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3 RBIs for Tiroli with 1 swing. Puts him at 19 on the season. That was his 3rd home run of the year as well. 1 ball, 1 strike. Becker thought about going, stopped short, ground ball, left side foul. Passed Derek Simmons down at third base. A lot of hard contact last year for Joe Tiroli at Ryder. He was a 3rd-team All-American according to ABCA. Hit .377, 16 doubles, 18 home runs, 70 RBIs. You can see why Coach Pollard targeted him for second base. That one comes in under the hands. Tiroli had to back him out quickly as it was 94 coming at him. But it's ball 2. Becker still stands at first base. He's been trying to maybe draw some attention, maybe trying to get into scoring position here. He's going on the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Because Becker was running, he will be safe at the bag, but Tiroli is thrown out at first base. But the hit and run at least advances the base runner into scoring position. That ground ball was actually towards the base for the shortstop Gibson. So 2 outs now, but a runner at second base for Sam Harris, who's looking for a little redemption after Renfroe got him swinging in his first at-bat in the first inning. And he swings again, but this time it's the off speed, and Harris can't get the bat to it. 0-1. .63 ground out for Tiroli. Jake Weatherspoon's solo home run has put the Cavaliers up. This one driven out to left. Another one high and deep, and this one is out of here. It's Sam Harris going opposite field, and the ball is flying out of the park today off the bat of the Virginia Cavaliers. It's a 2-run blast to left. Sam Harris makes it a 7 spot for the Hoos here in the second inning. 7-0. Sort of lofted it out to left. And those fans out and left picked good seats today. The 3rd ball parked in the bleachers by Virginia. It's 7-0. Now Harrison Didowick. First pitch breaking ball is taken for a called strike. 0-1. Didowick walked and stole a base. And he would also come around to score on Zach Jackson's RBI double that looked like it was an inning-ending catch, but instead was deemed not a catch by the umpires in the field. 1-1 for Didowick here against Renfroe. Went back to the fastball. 95, but misses. Renfroe laboring right now out on the mound. 47 pitches here and still not through the second inning. The Cavalier bats have come ready to play. 2-1. And there was a swing from Didowick. He was trying to make it back-to-back. Only got a piece, though, as he rips it back to the netting behind home plate. Home plate umpires got it on the ricochet. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Renfroe just trying to get back to the dugout here. Maybe the Hokies can make something happen with the long ball to get back in this game, but it's all Hoos right now. There's a swing and a miss, though, and Didowick is down on strikes. 3rd strikeout for Renfroe, but another home run for Sam Harris, and the first home run as a Cavalier for Jake Weatherspoon. He slugged in the fall, slugs in the spring in his first AB. It's 7-0 Virginia after 2 here at the Dish. We'll come back in just a moment. More Virginia baseball on the way.
All right, fans, it's time to reveal today's Who Am I player, brought to you by UVA Health. Let's review the clues. I started all 137 games in my Cavalier career. I homered in the same game as my brother twice, and I was drafted 60th overall in the 2021 MLB draft. And if you guessed Zach Geloff, you are absolutely correct. Thank you for playing Who Am I? Presented by UVA Health. And fans, it's time for 3 Up, 3 Down, presented by Tiger Fuel. If your Hoos retired the first 3 Hokie batters, everybody in attendance will walk away with a prize from Tiger Fuel.
Two more long balls for the Hoos in the bottom of the second inning. Helps them score 3 runs, and they lead 7-0 now over their rival, the Virginia Tech Hokies. It was Jake Weatherspoon, who now sits behind the plate with his first career home run as a Cavalier to get things started that inning. That's a called strike from Stammel into Ethan Gibson, who gets the start at shortstop today. Had a late lineup change to get Gibson out at short. He started yesterday and gets the start once again. It's 0-1. And swing and a miss there from Stammel. 0-2. He's found the zone and has been pitching to contact but getting outs since allowing the first 2 batters to reach in the first inning. This is Gibson's first AB here in the third. And that 0-2 is a bit outside. Looked like Jake behind the plate gave him a nod after it as if to say, I think it was the right pitch. Just didn't quite find the strike zone, but 0-2. Have a few to play with here. And the 1-2. Grounded the other way. Tiroli has a bit of a ways to go, but he's able to get around it and make the throw in time. That's a nice play by the second baseman there, who was shaded up the middle because of the right-handed hitter. But he still is able to get in front of it and make the play for out number 1, and he's been busy. He's recorded 3 of the last 4 outs over there at second base. And now the lineup turns back over for Virginia Tech. First time through the order for Stammel. He allows just 1 hit, and it was Nick Licurdo, first batter of the game. And that one just a bit upstairs. Maybe just didn't quite break enough down into the zone, as looked like it finished okay. It's not about where it finishes, though. It's about where it crosses the zone there. 1-0. There's a good-looking pitch. Slider that catches the outside corner, breaking into the back door. 1-1. 7 runs on 5 hits. 3 of them have left the yard for the Hoos today. It's 0-1. Excuse me, it's 1-1 here. And he gets him swinging. He's had these Hokies hitters off balance and out in front of that pitch all day long so far. Doesn't have a strikeout yet, though. He's been getting ahead of batters and making them put it in play to the defense. The 1-2. And able to get the hands through on the fastball just in time to spray it to the opposite side. Foul. 1-2. Cavaliers are going to play him straight up for the most part. Joe Tiroli is once again shaded up the middle. Closer to Becker than he is to Harris. That one gets away from Stammel, though. Looked like he geared up and tried to get it past him this time after he just caught up to the last fastball. That came in at 91. This one came in at 92. So he wants his first K here, looks like. 2-2. And another foul ball this time. Back to the netting. McCurdo was more on that one. The breaking pitch that breaks 20 inches horizontally. Coming out of the, not necessarily sidearm, but lower arm angle from Stammel. Grounder up the middle, right to, who else? Joe Tiroli out at second base. He throws to first in time, and he's getting a workout out there, taking some infield right now with the way Max Stammel is pitching. That's 4 of the last 5 outs now. Ground ball outs to second baseman Joe Tiroli. 2 away quickly, and Stammel, since hitting the man in the batter's box now, Ethan Ball, has retired every batter he's faced. So he's working on 8, trying to make it 9 in a row now. That one was behind him, though. I'm not sure what happened on that pitch. Got away from him, and Ball was very nearly back at first base after being hit again. Even Jake Weatherspoon is smiling after that one. Not sure where Stammel lost it in the mechanics there, but we'll see if he gets back a little closer to home plate here. 1-0. Pull side shift once again for Virginia, and that one's outside. So Stammel having good success against right-handed hitting so far. Trying to find the zone here, though, against the lefty. A little bit of a different matchup, different approach. Ball standing in with that open stance in the left-handed batter's box. And Stammel once again misses a breaking ball that drops low and outside. Good crowd on hand here today as they are looking to see their Who's clinch another ACC series. Ball showed bunt, pulled back. I think he was just trying to shrink the zone a little bit for the pitch coming in from Stammel, which is still strike 1. It's 3-1 now, and even though there's not 2 strikes, Noah Murray is going to make his way over to the right side of the infield. As Ball's going to look to get a pitch he can do some damage on. Does not get it. He takes ball 4 high. So it's 8 in a row. Does not make it 9 for Stammel. Allows another base runner here. Hokies looking to get something going offensively here with the heart of the order and 2 outs now. Sam Grube, the first baseman, will try to keep the line moving. Hokies just need to build some momentum offensively right now because it's all Cavaliers. Grube, the first baseman, Mount St. Mary's transfer, bats here. His first pitch is taken for a called strike. Stammel went back to the fastball, 91 miles an hour. A look over at first for Stammel with Ball over at the bag. Pitches in and fouled back by Grube. Ball has 1 stolen base today. The Hokies as a team 19-24. Virginia 18-23. So neither team necessarily using the stolen base to their advantage too much this season. They'll certainly take one if given the chance. Here's the 0-2 Ball. Not a big lead though. Despite 2 strikes. Stammel, the pitch. Good looking pitch that Weatherspoon held on the outside corner there. He wanted to get his starting pitcher the call just a bit outside. 91 miles an hour, tried to paint the black. Unfortunately, he's got to throw another pitch now. 1-2. Grounded towards the middle, and Becker's got it. He'll take the easy play, stepping on second base unassisted for the final out of the inning. Max Stammel is rolling, and the Who's bats are hot. It's a good combination right now early after the top of the 3rd inning. Virginia leads Virginia Tech 7-0. Back to the dish in just a moment.
All right, fans, it's time for the delivery of the game presented by Papa John's. What's today's lucky row, and who is going home with coupons for free pizza? It's section 106. That's section 106, row K. Section 106, row K, congratulations. You are today's recipient of the delivery of the game presented by Papa John's.
Back at the dish here, it's game number 2 of the Commonwealth Clash, going the Who's way right now. 7-0 Cavaliers. They've put up 4 runs in the first, 3 runs in the second, and now here in the third, they'll face a new pitcher in Aiden Robertson, who is a junior college transfer coming in from Walters State Community College. Murray, first pitch swinging, hits it towards the right side. Nice job by Robertson covering first base as Murray was hustling down the line. But it's a 3-1 putout to begin this second inning. Cavaliers' first time that the leadoff hitter has been unsuccessful because Becker was hit by a pitch and Jake Weatherspoon left the yard for a solo home run. It's Zach Jackson now, who had an RBI double his last time up. It looked like he had hit into an inning-ending fly out to center field, but center fielder Trayson Hughes actually lost his glove in the process of making the catch, and even if the ball didn't hit the ground, got some clarification from a former umpire, being my dad, mentioned if the ball comes, or if the glove comes off in the process of making the catch, even if the ball doesn't hit the ground, it is not considered a catch. So that's why Zach Jackson drove in a run with an RBI double. Popped up, left side, Petrich had a chance, but it hits off the netting as it comes down. So he's made a lot of work over in foul ground today, tracking fly balls that unfortunately have not found his glove for him, but he's done a nice job tracking them. And now Zach Jackson takes a stroll back to the batter's box. It's 1-1. Murray, Jackson, Johnson, the 3 due up this inning. So Johnson standing on deck. KJ still waiting to see his mound debut for the Cavaliers, but he's been hitting the ball this season. 1-1, and there's a called strike from Robertson. For the Walters State Community College in Manchester, Tennessee native, Aiden Robertson is making his 7th appearance of the season and misses outside there to Jackson, 2-2. Hasn't gone great thus far for him at the ACC level, but still trying to work his way into this pitching staff. Coming inside, and it's 2-2. He's given up 14 earned runs in just 8 1/3 innings on 13 hits, and all the runs he's allowed have been earned. And you look at the strikeout to walk ratio, 9 strikeouts to 10 walks. Jackson, a bouncer over towards first. Grube's got to wait for it. Jackson's hustling, but another nice job by Robertson to cover the bag, and back-to-back 3-1 putouts if you're keeping score at home. 2 up, 2 down for Robertson as he comes in out of the pen for the Hokies. 89 2/3 innings last year at Walters State Community College for Robertson. Mid-90s fastball, changeup. That is stellar. Had high hopes for him coming into this year, as that's a bouncer into the opposite batter's box. So a JUCO transfer. And the walk number is a little surprising for him because last year he had 130 strikeouts to just 31 walks in those nearly 90 innings, but falls behind here to Johnson, 2-0. Johnson popped out in foul territory his first time up. That was after that lengthy review of the play out in center field. 2-0. And he gets a piece, but only a piece as it rolls towards the Virginia dugout, 2-1. The kinetic chain issue was the reason Johnson has been kept out of the pitching rotation so far this year. 2-1. Good take, good frame by Cook behind the plate, but it's taken for ball 3. So still trying to work through that issue. And with the way pitchers work these days, any little mechanical error can really throw things off. He's going to earn a walk here, though, and he'll be aboard with 2 outs. And he will get to the dangerous number 9 hitter now, Jake Weatherspoon, who got down 0-2 in his first at bat, and then almost like he just decided, I'm going to go ahead and hit this one out, and did just that. Got a pitch elevated, and he elevated it out to left. Now batting with a runner on, though, See what he's got in store for AB number 2 against Robertson here. And he's jammed, spins it out towards second base. It was hot off the bat, a little hotter than I think the pitcher realized, but Ball makes a nice play to step on second to end the inning. So Virginia, nothing doing in that frame. First time they've been held scoreless here by Hokies pitching. It's Aiden Robertson coming on in relief to get the job done. Still 7-zip Hoos, and we're through the first 3 innings here at the Dish. We'll be back with the final 2/3 of this one in just a moment.
By following them on social media. Search UVA Baseball on Instagram and X, and Virginia Baseball on Facebook. Game 3 of this weekend series will take place tomorrow at 1 p.m. It's Kids Day at the Dish. Be sure to come out and collect the first set of trading cards, which will be given out at the marketing table. And don't forget, kids, tomorrow you can run the bases and get an autograph from some of the Hoos after the game. So we'll see you right back here tomorrow.
Three innings in the books. Cavaliers with a 7-0 lead. After winning yesterday's contest, they're a win away from clinching the baseball point for the Commonwealth Clash if they can get it done. And signs showing well so far, but still a lot of game to be played. And the Hokies certainly not going to go down quietly here. They had an answer just about every time Virginia posted some runs yesterday until the late innings. And we'll see if they can get things going against Max Stammel. His first pitch is in the dirt. Gets away from Jake Weatherspoon, but nobody on, no damage done. Luderman flied out to right field his first time up. That was a big out for Stammel in that inning because he got into some early trouble right off the bat after a single and a hit by pitch the first 2 batters. 1-0, and he turns on one. Gives it a pretty good ride, but it's foul. A little too far out in front that time. It's 1-1 here. Stammel to Luderman. The DH once again today. Luderman with 13 RBIs coming into today. The team leader, 1-1. Drives this one towards the left field corner. Keeps it fair. One hop to the wall. Didowick's over to it. Throw comes in quickly to Becker, cutting it off, but it's still a leadoff stand-up double for Hudson Luderman. He hit that one hard coming off the bat, 104, and a sharp line drive that looked like trouble when he hit it. The only question was, did he keep it fair after he pulled one foul just the swing before? He tucked that one into the corner, and now he stands at second base in scoring position as the Hokies look to get on the scoreboard here. This one popped up to the right side. Jackson's giving chase, and it's off his glove. He did not make the catch. It drops in fair territory. He gets up quickly. The throw comes in. Runner holds at third, though. A great effort by Jackson as Cook makes it to second base. Cavaliers are more concerned with the runner trying to score there as Jackson threw it in to the cutoff man. Jackson, a tremendous effort. The ball hit his glove, but he was running and diving and couldn't keep the hand steady enough to secure it in the webbing. And so now, Hokies in real business. Second and third, nobody out. Sam Gates. First pitch outside, ball 1. Back-to-back doubles here for the Hokies to begin this inning. Luderman also had to make sure that that ball wasn't going to be caught by Jackson before he took off. Now a pop-up on the bunt. Stammel not going to get to it, and he's got no play. Well, Sam Gates just popped up a bunt, usually a cardinal sin, but if you're talking skills competition, he chipped it over the pitcher's head and dropped it on the grass without anybody able to get to it. So a successful bunt, scores the run. Runner stays put at second base, but Luderman comes home to score, and that breaks up the shutout for Max Stammel, who's now finding himself struggling to get an out here after he was rolling through the Hokies in the last 2 innings. And that will prompt a mound visit here from the pitching coach, Brady Kirkpatrick, and they're going to bring the whole infield in. Stammel was the only one who had a real shot at that last play, but short of going all out and laying out, which you got to be careful with how you let your pitcher handle fielding sometimes, couldn't get to it. That was just a perfectly placed bunt that initially looked like it was going to be another bad break for the Hokies, but it's first and second, nobody out. Hokies have plated a run. It goes down as an infield single RBI for Gates. And now it's Petrich, the batter. And first pitch in for a called strike. Double play depth up the middle in the infield, still looking for a ground ball to turn 2. And it's still a 6-run lead for the Cavaliers right now. Stammel allowed 1 run last weekend to the Heels. Here against the Hokies, that one is upstairs. Broke across with the 77-mile-an-hour slider there, but couldn't place it in the zone. 1-1. First and second, nobody out. 1-1. Big cut from Petrich, but he's late to the fastball. It's 1-2. Cavaliers used only 2 pitchers yesterday, so the bullpen is fully stocked and loaded. 1-2. And a foul back. And even though we saw Lucas Hartman pitch 2 innings yesterday, would not put it past this coaching staff to throw him back out there again if Stammel can pitch deep into this game. Sometimes you just go starter to Hartman, and you feel pretty good about it from Virginia's perspective. This one is driven high in the air to left, and Didowick runs out of room. It's gone off the bat of Owen Petrich. The Hokies using the long ball to their benefit now. A 3-run bomb has made this game much closer than it was a moment ago. The hammering Hokies hammering here. Owen Petrich's 3-run home run makes it a 3-run game now. 7-4. Virginia's lead has shrunk considerably here in the top of the 4th. If you get that ball elevated out to left field, not a whole lot these left fielders are able to do about it. As this time it's Owen Petrich. His second of the season. First pitch strike in now to Trayson Hughes. Well, maybe it's just a reset opportunity here for Max Stammel now. After he pitched 3 scoreless innings, double, infield single, and a home run here in the 4th. Ooh, Hughes showed bunt, pulled back. It looked pretty good, but it's called a ball, 1-1. Some Virginia fans not happy about that one. How does Stammel bounce back here? 1-1. Liner up the middle. Cavaliers have it played well, though. Becker reaches up to make the grab for out number 1. Hokies have been hitting some hard line drives this weekend, but just right at some of these Cavalier infielders. Saw one off the bat of Henry Cook earlier. End up in Noah Murray's glove at third. It's Becker this time. So now 1 away. Cavaliers have had the bullpen stocked since this game began, and Ethan Gibson late on the decision to swing there on the fastball. Getting some movement out there in the right field bullpen, the home bullpen. Right under the 2015 national champions illuminated sign there. That one comes in on Gibson, 1-1. Much different ball game than when the inning started here for Stammel on the mound, the 1-1. And that one's low in the dirt. Weatherspoon picks it up. Hudson Luderman got this inning started with a double. Henry Cook followed with a ball that was nearly caught by Zach Jackson. There's a swing and a miss on another fastball from Gibson. It's strike 2. Sam Gates just sort of dropped a bunt over the head of Stammel. And then finally some solid contact as Owen Petrich left the yard for a 3-run home run. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lifted to the right side, foul. So Stammel has had good stuff coming into this inning. It hasn't been swing and miss stuff, though. And now, second time through the order, you wonder if the Hokies have made some adjustments. And they're able to find some of the holes now when they're putting the ball in play. They've matched Virginia in the hit column. 5 apiece now. 2-2. There's a swing and a miss on the fastball. Stammel's got the strikeout here. Gibson goes down. And Max Stammel with a bounce back to get his first K of the day. And now he'll face the order for the 3rd time, starting with the leadoff hitter, Nick Locurdo. So, 4th inning, 2 times through the order. Wonder how much longer Stammel's got on the bump here for Virginia. First pitch swinging for Locurdo, and he's tardy to the 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Feels like that velocity's going up here later in the start, as Stammel just threw pitch number 63, so still in the comfort zone right now for the 4th inning, but 4 runs home as this one driven to center. Gracia started one way, turns the other, and is able to make a catch roving back towards the batter's eye. So Stammel bounces back after the home run to get 3 in a row, but the Hokies finally get on the board. A run comes home in an RBI infield single, but then Owen Petrich left no doubt. Drove a 3-run home run out to left. New ball game here after the top of the 4th. It's 7-4. Virginia still on top. Back in a moment here at the Dish.
Uptown Cheapskate. Aubrey came to cheer on the Who's in style and will be going home today with a prize of a full year's wonderful clothes presented by Uptown Cheapskate, Charlottesville. Stop. Shop smart, shop stylish. Uptown Cheapskate, Charlottesville. Congratulations, Aubrey.
The Hokies have rallied for 4 runs after the top of the 4th inning. Cavaliers lead Virginia Tech 7-4. It was all Who's in the early going. 3 home runs have helped them plate 7 runs. But Aiden Robertson posted the first 0 for a Hokie pitcher last inning. He returns to the mound now after he replaced Brett Renfro. Only lasted 2 innings today on the mound for the Hokies. Eric Becker, first pitch swinging. What a snag by Sam Grube at first base. Just as that one was going to hit the dirt, Grube's mitt came down and snatched it out of the air, taking extra bases away from Eric Becker. That's a nice grab over at first by the Mount St. Mary's transfer. Went into a dive, sort of rolled over. 100 miles an hour off the bat. Becker got the barrel to that one. Gracia takes one under the hands. Not sure he loved the strike call, but it is 0-1. Walked his first time up, then popped out to shortstop last time. This time he spits on a fastball outside from Robertson. Gracia 2-run home run yesterday. And he takes inside again. Not wanting to commit to that inside pitch in this at-bat for some reason at the moment. He'll have to protect with 2 strikes now. Tech shifted to the right side. 1-2. Comes inside on him again. Tried to get him to chase. That's a big ask when you're facing A.J. Gracia. Although a nice pitch to wrap it around the back leg there. 2-2. Righty, lefty matchup. Robertson, Gracia. This one driven to right. Hard hit. It clears the right field wall as well. Another home run for the Cavaliers. It's A.J. Gracia, his second in as many days. Screamer into the Cavalier bullpen. 107 off the bat. 20 degrees, the launch angle. Getting up quickly and getting out of here. Able to barrel one up. And it's a run back for the Who's, who lead 8-4. The offense right now is relentless for Virginia. Middle of the order due up as well. With 1 out, nobody on now. Joe Tiroli takes a pitch outside. Tiroli got this all started back in the first inning. His first at bat. Parked one out to left for a 3-run blast. 1-0. On the ground to third. Petrich, a strong throw across the diamond, gets Tiroli at the bag in time for out number 2. So Tiroli's 1 for 3 with 3 RBIs now on the day. Here's the problem. Virginia's 2 through 4 hitters have all hit a home run today. This heart of the order is just so tough to get through. You go lefty, righty, lefty. That's to say nothing of guys like Didowick, Murray, Jackson, just below them, who have also produced this year. Sam Harris takes inside. It's just a dangerous offense right now, putting up a lot of runs and winning a lot of games in the process as well. But Harris, he's been hitting with the best of them in the conference this year. He's got 6 home runs now. He's chasing A.J. Gracia. That one taken low and inside. And he's showcased some opposite field power as well. Last weekend against North Carolina, hit one out to left, as he did today against Renfro in the second inning. Gets a piece of that one, but fouls it back behind him. Harrison Didowick over for the rebound off the netting in the on-deck circle. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody up for the Hokies. I think they're hoping to get a few innings out of Robertson here. Harris, a line shot off the bat to left. He did it again. Opposite field power showcase for Sam Harris. That was out of here in the blink of an eye. Second of the day, solo shot. 5-run Virginia lead. It's 9-4. 109. It got out of here. And if you were looking down, you probably missed it. Another souvenir today. Cavaliers mashing. 9-4, Virginia. Now it's Harrison Didowick. And he takes the first pitch in his first at bat against Aiden Robertson for a called strike. Outside corner, 91 on the fastball there. That one's outside. So Gracia, it is 8th home run in this inning, and Sam Harris is now up to 7 with 2 today. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Didowick lays off the slider, headed for his back foot. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two home runs, 3 RBIs for Sam Harris now. 2 runs scored to boot. And he swings but can't get to it that time. Fastball, 2-2. 9-4 with 2 more runs home for the Who's this inning. Didewick fights one off to stay alive. Headed out towards the third base side and clears the concourse. Lots of Virginia fans here today. Good number of Hokies fans as well, making the trip up from Blacksburg and from around the Commonwealth, I'm sure, for this Commonwealth Clash. But the Who fans are happy today. 2-2. Didewick grounder through the infield on the right side, beats the shift. Ball was in shallow right, and he still couldn't get to that one. Sneaks it through the right side of the infield for a single. Didewick's got his first hit. Puts the Buffalo horns on the helmet. That's the Virginia celebration this year, trying to embody the mantra, be the Buffalo. It's been the theme for the Cavaliers this year. Coach Pollard said in a talk in the preseason, heard someone mention that the Buffalo, as Murray digs in, takes a pitch up high, a Buffalo will run into the storm as opposed to away from it. It's the only way to get through the storm that quickly, and Cavaliers are running right into the storm this season. Didewick's running on the pitch. Throw down from Cook. It's a good one, and they say they got him. Great throw from Henry Cook to get the speedy Didewick. Not much of a challenge. Didewick kind of shrugs getting up. They might take a look at it. And so he had a bit of a struggle getting up there as he sort of slid into the player covering the bag there. That was the second baseman, Ball. No ill intent. Ball did a nice job to hold on to it. They are going to take a look at it, though. So usually it goes with these plays on stolen bases out at second base. More often than not, they're looked at on an out call just because they are so close. If the play stands, Tech will be out of the inning. Didewick will be nabbed for the third time this season trying to steal. He stole a base back in the first inning. But Cook, for the moment, got him that time. Throw came towards the backside. From a look at the replay, it's all going to depend on when Didewick's hand came into the base, which right now on the look on the camera angle is kind of blocked by Ball's left knee. But it looks like it's possible that Didewick might have slid in underneath that tag and gotten to the base just before it came down on really his backside there, if you will. He didn't seem too upset with the out call. I think he was more concerned about making sure everybody was okay on the play. He dove head first. No surprise there from Harrison Didewick. Looking at it here, I think the question is if the glove made contact with Didewick's helmet before that left hand got to the base. Certainly possible. They called him out on the field. It's a bang-bang play. Hokies have already had one overturned against them here. And it would certainly be frustrating this one went against them as well, but the umpires are going to take a look at it. And they are still looking at it. 2 home runs this inning to pad Virginia's lead. A.J. Gracia's 8th home run and Sam Harris's 7th. Harris's second of the day. Left the yard to left. Didewick followed with a single. It's 1-1, the count to Murray, by the way, if this does get overturned. Getting another camera angle. I think that glove may have touched Didewick's helmet just before that hand got in. If he's out, that's why. And looking at the replay there, you can see the glove make contact with the helmet, but you can't see Didewick's hand get to the base. Now, they can put these camera angles together. They can time it up, you hope, looking at it, but it is going to be close, but it may be tough to overturn this call if you're Virginia. Here's the call, out at second base. Call stands, inning over. Didewick caught stealing to end it. But 2 more runs score. Solo shots for Gracia and Harris have put the Hoos up by 5. It's 9-4 through 4. We'll be back on WINA.
After 4 complete innings of play, the score now is Virginia 9, Virginia Tech 4.
That's music taste. Tommy's always on Ox, usually in the locker room, but by Tommy. Probably Tommy. I'm probably also on Tommy a lot. He's always on Ox in the locker room, and I'm a big favorite.
Tommy's our team signed DJ, so that's an team.
I'd say your music tastes pretty good. Pretty broad. I'll take it. Pretty broad.
I like Tommy a lot, Ox.
Aiden Harris is pretty good too. I mean, I like my own music, but I think Tommy's got a pretty good music taste as well. That's true.
I'm back on mine.
I'm gonna say RJ. RJ, he's got a wide variety of music. I like Tommy will down.
I'm gonna talk about that for this one too. You know wide range.
I'm gonna go Lil B. Tommy more than sure. I'll go Aiden Harris here. It's a good one. You know me. Just can't go wrong with my playlists. I have to settle every now.
For the latest up-to-the-minute information on your favorite teams, be sure to follow us on our social media accounts. Look for us on Facebook at Virginia Cavaliers or at Virginia Sports on X and Instagram.
Four innings down and 5 to go here at Disharoon Park. Virginia getting a couple runs back, added to their lead after 2 solo shots in the bottom of the 4th. It's now 9-4 Virginia. But the Hokies got to Max Stammel last inning. Can they keep that momentum here, as it'll be Ethan Ball leading off the number 2 hitter. First pitch swinging, soft liner towards Tiroli. He starts back, then comes back in and makes the snag for out number 1. Sort of a pop line out there off the bat. Not hit very hard off the end of the bat, but got all the way out to Tiroli, playing on the edge of the infield and outfield there. 1 away. Good start for Stammel here in the 5th. 4 runs for Virginia Tech against Stammel, including Owen Petrich joining the home run party this afternoon with a 3-run shot of his own. First pitch is a strike into Sam Grube, who has hit into 2 fielder's choice today. This one on a line towards Didowick in left, and it hangs up long enough that he's able to come in and make the catch. That was hard contact this time from Sam Grube. Unfortunately, a lot of that is finding the Cavalier defense this weekend. Good scouting, good positioning, and good luck in that case on the part of Didowick and Virginia as he comes in a few steps, but only has to reach up to make the catch as it was hit right to him, basically. And it looks like Virginia Tech's going to take a moment here. That's 2 quick outs. They're going to try to break up the rhythm of Stammel by calling for time. Kurt Elbin, the associate head coach for Virginia Tech, leads the offense. And I believe he's the one talking right now to Hudson Luderman and Henry Cook, who stand in the on-deck circle. Luderman led the 4th inning off, which the Hokies scored 4 runs with a double. So he's maybe getting locked in against Stammel now. He ripped it into the left field corner. Solid contact, got things rolling. 5 hits for the Hokies today off of Stammel. He's first pitch swinging, pops it up foul. Luderman now, the DH, has had a big weekend already. One of the consistent producers in this Hokie lineup so far. 0-1, and there's a strike. 92 miles an hour at the knees. Hudson kind of leaned back after that one as if to say, was that really a strike? It was. It's 0-2. Tiroli, Becker, and Murray all to the left of second base on the infield. Sam Harris alone on the right side near first. It's the 0-2. Driven to left again. Didowick racing back. That's out of here. The ball is flying out of the ballpark today. Solo shot to left for Hudson Luderman. Just another one that got up and out in a hurry. This is a home run derby today at the Dish. 2 for Virginia Tech now, the solo shot. Second extra base hit for Hudson Luderman today. And his second run scored all in one swing. 9-5, Virginia on top now. Hokies keeping the pressure on the Hoos here as Stammel tries to bounce back. First pitch to Henry Cook. Catches the outside corner. Cook disagreed. It's 0-1. Starting catcher from Stewart's draft for Virginia Tech. Doubled down the right field line last time up. Checked his swing. I'm surprised Spoon didn't appeal down to first on that one as that bat head came through. Thought it was worth a check at the very least, but it is ball 1. And on pitch 72 for Max Stammel. That one bounces in. It's 2-1. Henry Cook, it was just a fly ball to right field, really, but was dying quickly when Zach Jackson tried to get to it near the line. He got the glove to it, couldn't make the catch. A breaking ball that misses outside, and now it's 3-1. Stammel trying to get back in the strike zone here. Stammel has pitched past the 5th inning just one time. It was last weekend. Gets a swing and a miss there from Cook. His career long was 6 innings against Carolina last weekend. Before that, it was 4 2/3 against VCU the weekend before. So trying to stretch him out into a starter this year. He's pitched well. The 3-2 and called strike 3. Freezes Henry Cook, and he'll head back to the dugout. Hokies get 1 on the board, though. Solo home run from Hudson Luderman, the DH. It's a 4-run Virginia lead. Ball is absolutely flying out here at Disharoon Park. Halfway through now, it's 9-5. Hoos back with more from the Dish in just a moment.
If you're Hoos, hit a home run this inning, all fans will receive a free Big Mac with the purchase of $1 or more in the McDonald's app. Offer can be redeemed in your McDonald's app at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow at participating locations. Leading off for your Cavaliers, third baseman Noah Murray.
Bottom of the 5th inning. We're halfway through game number 2 of the Commonwealth Clash Series here in Charlottesville. Adam Haw is bringing you the action from Disharoon Park. Who's won yesterday? They lead 9-5 today. Noah Murray, first pitch from Aiden Robertson, who's pitched 2 innings of relief so far after the Cavaliers were able to chase Brett Renfro after just 2 innings in his start. 1-0 to Murray. Takes that one inside. Murray struck out and grounded out in 2 plate appearances today. Had a 3-run home run of his own yesterday. The Cavaliers have been knocking the ball out of the park today. And Murray takes upstairs. Robertson can't find the zone here to begin this inning. 3-0. Three walks for Virginia Tech pitching. Compare that to just 1 walk for Max Stammel on the other side. That's a 4-pitch walk to Noah Murray to begin the 5th. And now Zach Jackson gets the bat once again. He's got an RBI double to his name thus far. That was his 3rd double and his 14th run batted in this season. Really his first time playing as an everyday contributor college baseball this season, because he started his career as a 2-way player. Played for the Duke football team in addition to baseball. Talked to Coach Pollard about him last week as he takes this one outside. They were actually thinking they were going to lose him to the draft out of high school when they were recruiting him to play baseball. Then former Duke football head coach Mike Elko took a look at him on the field, as that one takes it outside, and it's been 6 straight balls to begin this inning for Aiden Robertson. Both coaches wanted to make a move. He began to play both and then decided to focus on the diamond. And it's paid off since he's transferred to Charlottesville. 2-0. Here's 3-0. And I would think Virginia is probably going to take here in the inning until they get a strike for Robertson, who all of a sudden is all over the place. Again, a guy who struck out 130 batters and only walked 30 in nearly 90 innings worked yesterday, or last year, I should say. 3-0 here. Jackson takes inside. It's ball 4. 8 straight balls to begin this inning, and it's 2 on and nobody out. Well, if you're Virginia Tech, you certainly don't want to put guys on playing from behind against this lineup, because one swing of the bat, as we've seen today, can do some serious damage. Looks like Virginia Tech is going to make a call to the bullpen here, though, and Aiden Robertson will finish after walking 2 Cavaliers here in the 5th. He pitches 2 innings, and the next pitcher for Virginia Tech looking like it's going to be number 49. That's Josh Berzonski coming in out of the pen here to face the Cavaliers, Kyle Johnson. We'll step aside for just a moment during the pitching change. Back in a moment at the dish. New arm for Virginia Tech here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. It's the left-handed senior from Glenville, Pennsylvania, Josh Berzonski, who is coming on, making his 5th appearance of the season. He's pitched 4 innings this season, allowed 9 runs, all earned. Comes in to face Kyle Johnson with 2 on and nobody out after back-to-back walks to begin the inning from Robertson. First pitch is up and away. That's now 9 straight balls for Virginia Tech pitching this inning. Can Berzonski find the zone? Is the question right now. Virginia may be taken until they see a strike right now, although with the new pitcher, we'll see if Kyle Johnson's looking to do some damage and add to that Cavalier lead. Upstairs, ball 2. Nobody can find the zone for Virginia Tech right now. Jake Weatherspoon on deck. He's got a home run today. Johnson walked his last time up. As Berzonski looks back to second base, Johnson takes inside. It's ball 3. Well, with a 4-run lead, I wonder if Virginia has an opportunity to be aggressive at the plate despite a 3-0 count. Johnson looked like he was taken most of the way, and with good reason. It's ball 4. 12 straight balls in the inning, have walked 3 consecutive batters, and have loaded the bases with nobody out. And with the way the baseball is flying out of here, you better be careful putting runners on as they may be headed home in short order. And it's Jake Weatherspoon batting with the bases loaded now. 1 for 2 in his Cavalier debut. Lefty-righty matchup. Hard hit and foul. Noah Murray nearly saw his life flash before his eyes there. He was standing in foul territory, but that was a screamer off the bat. Headed right for him. Fortunately for him, missed him. Interesting there to see Jake Weatherspoon going up swinging. But he's thinking about getting these cuts in. He's missed quite a few AB opportunities in the early season, trying to make up for lost time here. 0-1 now. Tech has the corners pinched in, and he fouls it back. Kind of goes for a stroll after that swing around the batter's box as Jake was down 0-2 in the count and then promptly left the yard in his first at-bat as a Cavalier. Down 0-2 here, Berzonski, after walking the leadoff batter, trying to get an out under his belt. It's popped up, right side, foul. Berzonski, 3 strikeouts and 5 walks this season. He's a transfer from Penn State Harrisburg before coming to Virginia Tech. Here's the 0-2 once again. And up and away. Weatherspoon commanded the zone on that pitch. Number 16 batting from the right side. First chance for a lot of Cavalier fans to see Jake in the orange and blue today. Gold glove catcher and a slugger as well. 1-2 in the dirt. And I think the question right now for Berzonski is, can he get those secondary pitches located to get the out here? Got ahead 0-2. Can he put them away? And for Jake Weatherspoon, can he do some damage once again and add to the Cavaliers' lead? 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Noah Murray at third. Jackson at second. Popped up and shallow. Not deep enough. It's an infield fly as the umpire points straight up as it is just on the outfield grass. That's a big out there for Josh Berzonski getting the pop out. Everybody stays put. 1 away. Now potentially you're a ground ball away from getting out of the inning, but you got to face the top of the Cavalier lineup now. Although you get the benefit of the lefty-lefty matchup with Becker and Gracia due up. We'll see if that plays to the Virginia Tech advantage or if the matchup will be moot with one of the best hitters in the conference coming to the plate here. Becker singled in the second and nearly had an extra base hit. His last time up, that pitch is upstairs. Roped one towards the first base side, if not for a nice diving, nearly grabbed by Sam Grube. Snatching it right before it hit the dirt on the infield. Probably would have headed for the right field corner. 1-0. Outside, and Right now, Berzonski falls behind 2-0. Walked Kyle Johnson, the first batter he faced. Becker has scored twice, has yet to drive in a run. And he may do it without having to swing the bat. If he draws the walk here, it's 3-0 after that one comes up and in under the hands. Ball 3. Becker, 22 RBIs, leading the team coming into today. 3-0. Swinging on a 3-0, but he fouls it away. I guess with this lineup, it's really just put as many swings on the balls as you think you can get. Becker with the green light despite the 3-0 count. Now 3-1. Still looking for his pitch to hit and add to Virginia's lead. Drives it towards the left center field gap, and it will be caught by Locurdo, but it's deep enough this time that Murray can tag from third. It's a sacrifice fly from Eric Becker. Driving home Noah Murray, who's get the run back. They surrendered in the top half of the 5th. It's back to a 5-run lead. They've doubled up Virginia Tech 10-5. RBI number 23 on the year for EB. First and second, 2 outs now. And AJ Gracia, fresh off his 8th home run of the season, digs in. Base hit will probably get the job done here with Jackson Speed out at second. That one's taken high, ball 1. We've also got Joe Tiroli on deck, who's got 3 RBIs with 1 swing today. Gracia, 2 runs scored and an RBI on that solo shot. That's a strike taken. Gracia always sort of starts to rotate the shoulders on just about every pitch, but it's when he unloads the hips that those hands come through the zone, and if it barrels up, it is going for a while. And he checked the swing, but it came in and hit the bat, so it's strike 2. Berzonski gets ahead after a walk to begin the inning. 3 walks, loaded the bases with nobody out, but considering only 1 run has scored, Berzonski could really limit the damage here. 1-2. And gets Gracia swinging. What a big pitch there from Berzonski. Cavaliers load the bases but can only push 1 across. It's 10-5 though, through 5 innings. Who's trying to close in on a series win? 6th inning when we come back here at the Dish, Virginia and Virginia Tech.
Pepsi-Cola Central Virginia is proud to be the official soft drink of UVA Athletics. Presenting Starry, the lemon lime sensation distributed by Pepsi-Cola Central Virginia. Pouring and producing your favorite Pepsi products right here in Charlottesville since 1908. Starry hits different. All right, fans, it's time for the Bacon Race presented by Smithfield. The contestants of the field are Will and Quentin. They will race each other with the winner getting a prize pack courtesy of Smithfield. All right, contestants, on your mark, get set, go. They are off to a good start. There they go. This is evidence that Smithfield products definitely make you run faster. Look at them go. They've reached the halfway point. Looks like these guys do speed pork like at Smithfield do speed pork, but these guys are really running. But he's taking a lead, and it looks like we have a winner. Congratulations, you are today's winner of the Smithfield Bacon Race.
Top of the 6th inning now here at Disharoon Park. Game 2 of the Commonwealth Clash between Virginia and Virginia Tech. Who's lead the Hokies 10-5. And Max Stammel is back on the mound here for Virginia. He's pitched 5 innings, allowing 5 runs. That's a called strike into Sam Gates. So you got 6, 7, 8 due up. Number 9, Ethan Gibson. If a runner reaches, I wonder if Stammel would make it past that batter. Nobody throwing off the mound right now for Virginia. That could change in a hurry, though, depending on how things transpire here. 0-1. Stammel's able to get through the inning. You got to think that the bullpen will be called upon to start the 7th, but we'll have to see. 1-1 here as Sam Gates, who's 1 for 2 today, takes that one for a called strike, and it's 1-2. Here goes Murray across the Cavalier infield once again, playing for the pole side shift. An infield single for Gates on a bunt attempt last time. 1-2's outside. Just sort of chipped a bunt over the head of Stammel, landed it in no man's land there between the shortstop, second baseman, and pitcher, and drove in a run in the process. Sometimes baseball's pretty simple. 2-2. That one comes inside, nearly hit him, but he was able to get out of the way and runs the count full. Tiroli standing in shallow right field, as Becker is the lone infielder to the left of second base. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch lifted in the air, left side. Becker tracking it close to the foul line and makes the catch a step or 2 in foul ground for out number 1. Go ahead and take a look at your scoreboard from around the rest of the ACC today, as it's obviously a busy weekend with everybody starting conference play. Let's go ahead and take a look here as I pull up the ACC. The big series of the weekend is taking place in Clemson, South Carolina, but it's already decided between the Yellow Jackets and the Tigers. Owen Petrich puts the barrel to this one, but he was a little late, and that is foul. Petrich left the yard his last time up, a 3-run home run. That helped the Hokies jumpstart their offense in that 4th inning when they plated 4 off of Stammel. Check swing is outside. So Georgia Tech has already taken 2 from the Tigers in Clemson, South Carolina. That is a potent Georgia Tech offense and a great team, top 5 in the country right now. They will get started in Game 3, I should say, later today, in just a few minutes actually at 3 o'clock, as this one misses from Stammel. The count is now 2-1. And this one is grounded towards short. Becker's got it on a big hop, and he'll make the throw over in time. Eric Becker now busy this inning. So number 4 versus number 11 in Clemson, South Carolina. Looking in Raleigh, where number 10, NC State, is hosting BC. Boston College, a big series win last weekend over the Miami Hurricanes. But it's NC State winning the first game yesterday, and they lead 3-1 in the bottom half of the 2nd inning already. NC State, another one of those potent offensive lineups in the ACC. There's a strike into Trayson Hughes to begin his at-bat. A lot of games yet to start today in conference play. Miami and Duke will get going at 4 o'clock. Duke leads that series 1-0. Tough start for Miami to league play, just 1-3. Drive to right center, but Jackson looks like he's got a read on it. He'll make the catch at the base of the scoreboard. Out number 3. How about a 1-2-3 6th inning for Max Stammel? If that is indeed his final time on the mound today, what a way to end it. But I'm feeling there's a chance we may see him again based on that. It's 10-5 Hoos. Bottom of the 6th inning. Hoos bats looking to come alive again when we come back at the dish.
Today's winner is Linda Smelter. Linda, congratulations. Please report to the marketing table to claim your prize. Looking for the latest apparel and gear to wear to the game? Head to Alumni Hall in Barracks Road. UVA students and faculty get 10% off every purchase with an ID. So load up on the latest and newest gear at Alumni Hall and Alumni Hall. Clash is presented by Smithfield. We speak Clark.
It's the bottom of the 6th inning here at Disharoon Park. Cavaliers on top, 10-5. Going for the series win today. And thanks to the long ball this afternoon, the Cavaliers have once again cracked double digits. 5 home runs for the Hoos today. 2 from Sam Harris, who's due up on deck. 1 from Joe Tiroli, who's at the plate. First pitch from Berzonski, who did a nice job coming in last inning. He inherited 2 base runners. He put another on, but after that got an infield fly, a sac fly that did drive in 1 run, and then a strikeout to end against A.J. Gracia, really limiting what could have been a big inning for the Hoos. Tiroli nearly swings out of his shoes at that one. Comes up empty, and it's 1-1. Joe Tiroli, that 3-run home run earlier today, got the scoring started. The Hoos have not trailed today. And in fact, it has not been tied since it was 0-0 back in the first inning as well. And got on top of that one a little bit on a breaking ball coming down, but just got a piece to foul it over towards the Virginia side. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 297, now 3 home runs for Tiroli. Infield playing him pretty much straight up here. The 1-2, up and away, 2-2. A lot of hard contact in the fall for Joe Tiroli. Virginia has been tracking a lot of their statistics throughout. As that one comes inside on the 2-2. Saw 2 home runs yesterday from the Cavaliers, so 7 this weekend already. And we still got at least 3 times to the plate for the Hoos today. Tiroli rolls over on one, pushes it foul. It was Gracia and Murray yesterday. Today, it's been Tiroli, Harris, Weatherspoon, and Gracia again. Staying alive here at 3-2. Pops another one up, foul. Hoos have been able to chase the early weekend starters in ACC play so far this year. They limit Brett Renfro to just 2 innings. Yesterday was more of an injury to Ethan Grimm that got him out, but Virginia had scored a few as that one is fouled away. Yesterday, the Hoos were able to get a few home in the first 3 innings when Grimm was on the mound, although the Hokies would respond, come back and take a brief lead. There's a big swing and a miss. Berzonski gets Tiroli, chasing the high heat there, it looked like, and he could not lay off, and he goes down on strikes. Second straight K for Berzonski across the 2 frames. And it's 1 away. Right now, it's the dangerous Sam Harris stepping into the left-handed batter's box. Against the lefty Berzonski, Harris takes first pitch breaking ball inside. Harris now still chasing A.J. Gracia, but with 7 on the season. nipping at his heels. Here's the 1-0, and that one is a called strike. Nice slider coming across, staying low, catching the lower inside corner. Not much that Harris could do with that one. 24 RBIs this year for Harris as well. He is productive in the heart of the order. Wanted to offer at it, checked his swing, held up. It's a called strike, 1-2. But even going back to last weekend with the Cavaliers taking on Jason DeCaro and Ryan Lynch, two of the best starters in the ACC, they were able to knock out DeCaro early. He lasted just 3 innings. Here's the 1-2 to Harris outside. And then in game 1 of the doubleheader on Sunday, got Ryan Lynch for 5 runs, and he lasted just 4 innings. Who's have been able to get to the opposite side starters this season in ACC play? There's a breaking ball. Right now it's all Josh Berzonski, though. That's 3 straight strikeouts. Get in the heart of the order here. Gracia, Tiroli, and Harris all down on strikes. All guys who have homered today. Josh Berzonski looking strong out of the pen for Virginia Tech. Froze Harris that time. Around those 2 home runs, he's struck out twice now, but I think he'll take the production surrounding them. Harrison Didowick now hits one high in the air to center. That's the deepest part of the park, and he didn't quite get all of it, as on the warning track, Trayson Hughes reaches up to make the catch for out number 3. 395 feet. It needed to go a few more to get out. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Berzonski, keeping the Cavaliers off the scoreboard for just the 2nd time in an inning today. Looks like we will have a new pitcher coming on for the Cavaliers when we come back from Disharoon Park.
Dominique Cox. A Catonsville, Maryland native, Dominique spent 6 years in the United States Army on active duty as a public affairs mass communications specialist, developing expertise in storytelling, media relations, and strategic communications. Dominique has served by connecting diverse audiences in high-pressure and fast-paced environments. Now pursuing a degree in commerce with a concentration in marketing and finance at the university, Dominique is a staff sergeant in the Army Reserves. Presenting the plaque now are UVA's military-affiliated student support representatives, Shane Hale and Ashley Shields. Virginia baseball fans, please join us in congratulating and thanking Army Staff Sergeant Dominique Cox. Presented by Charlottesville Utilities. Hot out of the bullpen is number 20, Noah Yoder, now pitching for Virginia. Charlottesville Utilities reminds you to always call Virginia 811 before you dig. Visit charlottesville.gov/utilities.
We enter the late innings here at Disharoon Park, top of the 7th. And tip of the cap to Max Stamwell if you're a Virginia fan. Going 6 innings today, exits with the lead at 10-5. He'll turn things over to Noah Yoder, true freshman coming into the game, making another ACC appearance in as many weekends. Saw him last weekend against UNC in game 2 of the doubleheader. And now comes in to face this Virginia Tech lineup. It's 9-1-2 due up. Ethan Gibson, the first batter. And there it is, 96 on the radar gun. He got to triple digits last weekend in Chapel Hill. also with a plus curveball. A guy that Virginia fans are going to enjoy watching on the mound quite a bit in his Cavalier career, I have a feeling. There's 97 for a called strike 2 on the outside corner, and Yoder is pounding the zone early in his appearance here. Stammel going for another win this afternoon if the Cavaliers can hold the lead. He's 1-0. Here's Yoder's 0-2. Went to the off speed that time. Tried to get him to chase at one diving off the edge, but a good job by Gibson to hold up. And Stammel ended as strong as ever with a 1-2-3 6th inning. Now you get the freshman some work here in Yoder. The 1-2. High bouncer over to Murray. He's got it coming down and plenty of time to make the throw to Harris. It's an easy 5-3 ground out for Yoder. Again, inducing soft contact. That has been really the key for Virginia this weekend and really all season long. That changeup that Max Stammel has developed is just so tough for hitters, as it looks like we got a mound visit here. A little surprising. And it may just be to talk through here as you get to the top of the lineup now. Nick Licurdo, who swung a pretty good bat this weekend. He's got a hit today, followed by Ethan Ball, Sam Grube, and then Hudson Luderman, who's really done some damage. So top of the order, just making sure a young pitcher knows the strategy, the pitches, and Brady Kirkpatrick, Jake Weatherspoon talk it through. Looking at Noah Yoder, the 6'6" right-hander. That's the other thing. Such a long frame, and he uses every bit of it to get that velocity up there. Pitched 2 innings earlier this week in which he gave up his first earned run against William & Mary. There's a strike, 97 with the fastball. Had made it through 6 scoreless appearances to start his career before that run earlier this week. Good pitch, but just a little low. And I think just in watching Jake Weatherspoon behind the plate, you can see why he was a Gold Glove catcher at Indian River State at the junior college level. He does such a good job of holding those pitches close to the zone, making you think they're strikes. And if he's hitting long balls as well, that's pretty valuable for any baseball team. It's 2-1 after Yoder bounces that one into Licurdo. He's singled in the first at bat of the game since a ground out and a fly out comes inside, and now Yoder's fallen behind 3-1. And this may be where you try to refine a little bit as a true freshman. Yoder, 12 strikeouts, 7 walks though, in 9 1/3 innings. 3-1. Through the right side, they were playing him to pull, and he does a nice job of going opposite way. Nobody had a chance at that on the right side of the infield. 1-out single here for Licurdo, his second single today. He's aboard now, and Yoder will have to contend with a base runner. Tiroli was pretty much playing just a few steps to the right of second base there, anticipating a pull on any contact. Not so there. Ethan Ball, who's had a bit of an adventure at the plate today, and great breaking ball from Yoder there. Gets him off balance. He was backing out of the box as he swung at that one. But he's been hit by a pitch and walked today, Ball, so he's reached twice. He popped up to second base his last time up. Licurdo over at first. Another breaking ball, and again, looked like Ball was set to commit to the swing and held up, and the curveball just dropped right in, and now he's having a conversation with his hitting coach, Kurt Elbin, over there near the first base dugout. He's had him off balance 2 times, but here's the thing, if you sit curveball, you better be careful. You might get 99 coming at you now. Yoder's got the upper hand as Ball digs back in. Runner at first, though, as Yoder takes a look over. Not a big lead for Licurdo. Yoder's going to come home with it. Bounced in the breaking ball that time, but a great block by Weatherspoon. And he kept the ball in the mitt as well. No chance for the runner to take an extra base. It's been a clean defensive game today after yesterday was maybe a little sloppy. 5 combined errors, but 4 by Virginia Tech, 1 for Virginia. Breaking ball freezes him. A backwards K in the books for Yoder as he drops the 12-6 hammer.
Back for Tech, first baseman number 4, Sam Brew.
And that is perfectly located on the outside corner as well. Ethan Ball walks back to the dugout. 2 away. Runner still at first base now. The batter is Sam Grube. Cleanup hitter yesterday, batting third today, takes the off-speed outside. So looks like Virginia calling for that breaking pitch right now. Yoder against the left-handed hitters. He's been going more with the fastball against the righties in this inning. Let's see what he comes back with after falling behind 1-0. There's that fastball. 1-1. Swing and a miss from Grube. Fielder's choice in his first 2 at-bats and then flew out to left last time up. It was a hard hit ball that essentially just made its way into Harrison Didowick's glove as he took a few steps in. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one's up and away. Yoder, Virginia native, out of Mechanicsville, went to Atlee High School. Part of an impressive freshman class that is already paying dividends for Coach Pollard. Think about the trio of Payon, Yoder, and Stroman on the mound. That's a fastball on the inside corner. Grube not going to be able to get the hands around that fast. And it's 2-2. 1 strike away from a scoreless 7th. For the freshman, Yoder. Swing, got a piece, got the breaking ball, and Grube spoils it. Weatherspoon loved the pitch. He pointed back as that one was getting by him. Sometimes the batter just gets a piece to stay alive, and you got to bounce back. Count still 2-2. Yoder. Swing and a miss, 98, top of the zone. 2 Ks for Noah Yoder. And despite the base runner, holds the Hokies scoreless in the 7th, which means it's time for the 7th inning stretch here at Disharoon Park. Virginia leads Virginia Tech 10-5, and they're 6 outs away from a series win. Trying to add to that 5-run lead, though. We'll pick things up here at the Dish after the 7th inning stretch.
Take me out to the ball game. Let's hear those pipes. Your singing is spectacular, so while you're on your feet, make some noise, because T-shirts are coming your way. Let's hear some noise. And today's winner of Guess the Stretch promotion is Justus Alabutis. Please report to the marketing table behind section 108 to claim your prize.
All stretched out now here at Disharoon Park. It's a 5-run Virginia lead here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Cavaliers will try to stretch that lead a bit. But they're going to have to do it against Josh Berzonski, who is rolling right now. Retiring 6 in a row since coming into the game. He walked a batter and then got an infield fly, sac fly. He inherited 2 base runners, but limited the damage after he loaded the bases with a walk to Kyle Johnson with nobody out. Noah Murray is the batter. Murray's looking for his first hit. He did reach on a walk his last time up. He's 0 for 2. And it's a called strike 1. Cavaliers looking to close in on their second series win to start ACC play. 1-1. Murray goes the opposite way, headed for the right field corner, and fair. He's going to make the turn, looking at it, taking a peek at Derek Simmons at third, but he'll hold up at second. Leadoff double for Noah Murray. Well, Murray's average may not look like that of a guy who's capable with the bat in his hands, but you look at the slugging percentage, but really just the extra base hits. That's his 12th hit of the year. And if you look at him on the year, he's got 5 home runs and now 4 doubles. So 9 extra base hits out of 12 total hits. Zach Jackson tried to lay down the bunt. He offered at it, but Brzezinski got the fastball by him. So that breaks up the streak of 6 retired by Brzezinski, who's the 3rd pitcher used today by Virginia Tech. Now Zach Jackson maybe thinking about getting his second RBI, but instead he's going to square up again, pulls back this time, and it's upstairs. Trying to get that runner to third, and if Kyle Johnson could put the ball in play, would get another run home, and a 6-run lead for the Cavaliers would feel pretty good here in the late innings. 1-1, lays it down, a high bouncer, but it's foul. Got it on the third base side, just couldn't keep it fair, and now he'll be swinging away here. Jackson hit a double his first time up. Looked like it was initially caught by Trayson Hughes out in center field, but they took a look at it, overturned that call, and came back, ended up with an RBI after the review. 1-2 now as Murray gets his lead off a second, swinging away, fouls it away. Jackson also had 2 home runs in the 2 Cavalier wins last weekend. Back-to-back home runs in as many games. He's up to 4 on the season, had a big home run late against VCU as well to help lift the Cavaliers in that Sunday finale. Takes upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Homered here against VMI as well, going back-to-back with Aiden Harris in that game against the Keydets. 2 balls, 2 strikes here. Murray being held by the shortstop. Jackson can't get to the high pitch. Another fastball and another strikeout for Brzezinski. He's up to 4 now in this relief appearance. Jackson frustrated, headed back to the dugout. Yeah, the high heat lit his eyes up, but he couldn't get the bat to it. 90 miles an hour. Maybe just above the top of the zone, it looked like. Kyle Johnson, the DH today, who has walked twice. You can tell pitchers are careful throwing to him. The ball gets away from the second baseman. Ball on the throwback to second, deflected off the glove. Murray can take his time getting up and getting to third. So Cavaliers were trying to bunt him over, but the misplay at second base allows him to advance regardless. It's got to be frustrating if you're John Sheff in the first base dugout. Mentioned it had been a clean game up to this point. There's the first error today. It's now the 5th error this weekend for the Hokies. Infield coming in. Hokies feel like they cannot concede another run here late in the game. Kyle Johnson still waiting for his first pitch of this AB. And it's outside. So now you put one on the ground. Better chance of getting it through the infield. And a deep fly ball would get the job done as well here for KJ. 1-0. Johnson on the year, 6 RBIs. Swinging. That's a violent uppercut there by Johnson. You can tell he's trying to lift. He's maybe thinking about his second home run of the season. Getting in on the home run derby here, but a fly ball or a ground ball could do the trick as well. 1-1. Outside. Good take there, Johnson. Such a great eye in the box, especially when you consider he's a two-way player, but he's really focusing on the mound this year. Was tabbed as the presumed Friday night starter, has still yet to make an appearance on the mound, but is close, we've heard from Coach Pollard. Now with the bat, 2-1. Another big swing, foul tipped into Cook's mitt, and it's 2-2. You've got Jake Weatherspoon on deck, 8-9 in the order here for the Cavaliers. And you just think about the power up and down this Cavalier lineup right now. It's impressive, and it has showcased today. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's strike 3. Johnson watched it in, didn't think it was in the zone. The umpire says, yes, it is. And that is another strikeout for Berzonski. Looks good from up here. Fortunately, just missed the replay on that one. You could tell the Who's disagree. Now it's up to Weatherspoon for the Who's to try to bring Murray home with a base hit. Or more potentially, fouls it back to begin the at-bat. Back talking with the umpire there, making sure he swung at a strike, I think. First home run of the season for Jake Weatherspoon in his first at-bat as a Cavalier. Solo shot to left. Hard hit on the ground this time, but he pulls it foul past Derek Simmons down there standing in the third base coaching box. That will get all the way into the corner. It's going to be a long run for somebody out of the Cavalier dugout. Not sure who gets tasked with retrieving foul balls today, but whoever does it flips it up into the stands in left. So we're back. Pitch clock is on again. 10-5, Cavaliers lead. 2 outs here for Berzonski. He struck out 2 batters so far. Make it 3. Well, no, foul tip. Thought it just got out of the glove of Cook, but instead he foul tipped it, ricocheted off the glove, so he stays alive. Murray led the inning off with a double, but Virginia, again, cannot quite capitalize. They loaded the bases with nobody out in the 5th. We're only able to push across 1 run. 0-2, popped up foul. As Grube took a look at it, gave it a chase towards his own dugout, but it is still 0-2. 9 hits for Virginia's bats today, 5 of which have left the yard. Murray standing in foul territory with the leadoff of third. Weatherspoon takes a called strike 3. My goodness, Josh Berzonski, 3 strikeouts in the inning. He's up to 6 in this relief appearance. Cavaliers cannot hit him. They strand a runner at third, but they still hold a 5-run lead as Noah Yoder returns to the mound for Virginia. We'll be back here in the bottom of the 7th inning, now headed to the top of the 8th here at Disharoon Park.
Looking to buy a home or refinance? Put Jason and Joe of Alcova Mortgage in the game for you. Visit alcova.com/UVA for more information. Enjoy today's game and go Hoops! Well, thanks to all who entered for today's Fan DJ promotion brought to you by the Charlottesville Media Group. Today's selected song is Rumba by Hanson. Thanks to CMG for their support of Virginia baseball.
Cavaliers need 6 outs to get a series win against their rival, the Virginia Tech Hokies, here in the Commonwealth Clash in Charlottesville, who's got a win yesterday, 11-6 over Virginia Tech. Today, lead 10-5. And Noah Yoder is back to the mound now for Virginia. That one comes in and hit Hudson Luderman, and that is going to sting no matter how little it got of him. It's 95 coming in close to the hands, and he sort of grimaced and
Batting for Tech, catcher number 7, Henry.
sort of in the process of the swing started to throw the hands forward and brought the arm sort of into the path of the baseball there. So that is a leadoff runner for the Hokies, who are running out of chances to try to even this series up with a Cavalier lead. Breaking ball inside to Henry Cook for ball 1. So Yoder trying to calibrate here after the layoff between innings. He struck out 2 batters to end the 7th after surrendering a single. Grounder out towards short. Becker's cutting across the infield. He's going to be able to step on second for 1. Throw on target to Sam Harris. 6-3 double play. Defense picking up the young freshman Noah Yoder there. Nice job to induce the twin killing. So the leadoff runner is eliminated on the 6-3 double play by Eric Becker. Cavalier defense has looked sharp today. No errors and turning that one up the middle. First pitch is a fastball into Sam Gates, who's got a single and an RBI and a run scored. That all came back in the 4th inning. Actually tried to bunt the runners over and ended up driving in a run. Lifts one high in the air in foul territory left side. 2 strikes for Yoder, and thanks to the ground ball, is 1 pitch away from a lightning quick top of the 8th inning here. He looks in. Kick, steals, good pitch, but a little too far inside, I think. And again, I want to give credit to Jake Weatherspoon there. I think he's doing a tremendous job behind the plate, framing up these pitches, making them look like strikes, even if they're a bit out of the zone. 1-2. Another good-looking pitch. And it was funny, you could see just about every Cavalier fielder start to drift towards the third base dugout after that pitch. And now they retreat back into the field because it's a breaking ball outside, 2-2. Here it is, once again from Yoder. And just can't quite get it into the zone. That one a little bit further outside. So he's giving him some fastballs here to try to get it by him. What does he go to here on the full count to try to get the out? The pitch lined into the glove of a leaping Sam Harris before it can get down the first base line. A web gem to end the inning. The defense picking up the freshman Yoder, who posts another 0. Cavaliers can taste it now. Last chance to add on some insurance. It's 10-5 Hoos. Cavalier bats will pick things up when we return to Disharoon Park. Bottom of the 8th inning, Cavaliers will look to try to stretch their 10-5 lead here in the bottom half of their final chance with the bats in their hands. Assuming the score holds in the top half of the 9th inning if the Cavaliers can get 3 more outs. It's a new pitcher for Virginia Tech. They're going to go with the lefty out of the pen, the junior from Tampa, from St. John's River State College. It's Danny Lazaro. Josh Berzonski had a lot of success out in relief today for Virginia Tech. He hands the ball off now. First pitch is a little high to Eric Becker. Top of the order here. Eric Becker got a sac fly RBI his last time up. He's scored 2 runs as well. He's got 1 single. After giving up a leadoff double to Murray, Berzonski went strikeout, strikeout, strikeout against 7, 8, 9 in the order for the Hoos. There's a strike to Becker on the inside corner from Lazaro. This is his 4th appearance. He's pitched 3 1/3 innings. He's allowed 5 runs, 4 earned on 5 hits, 3 strikeouts, 5 walks this season. .313 batting average against for the lefty Lazaro. Becker swings and comes up empty. Gave a pretty good ride to the sacrifice fly towards the left center field gap, but honestly, maybe hit it a bit too firmly because it hung up long enough that Licurdo could come in and make the catch. Still got the job done for the RBI. Here in a 1-2. Comes inside and a little too far for the liking of the home plate umpire. It's 10-5 Hoos, and it's 2-2 in the count to Becker. Lefty on lefty matchup, ground ball towards short, and it's Gibson who's got it, and the throw to first is in time. You know, it's interesting. Last year you would see a lot of times infields play to Becker's pull side, but I think he's proven so well at being able to hit the ball to the opposite field that you really can't do the pull side shift, and I think it was evidence there. You put Gibson in his normal positioning out at shortstop, he makes the play there. Now he does shift over, though, as A.J. Gracia, heavy pull hitter, steps into the batter's box. He struck out his last time up against Berzonski. Ball 1 outside here. How about Berzonski? He faced the entire order once. Actually faced a couple of guys 2 times. He struck out 6, got 2 flyouts and a double in the 9 batters when he went through the order, starting with Becker back in the 5th inning with that sacrifice fly. Really impressive relief appearance today for Berzonski. Lazaro has missed with his first 2 offerings to Gracia, who has a solo shot that came back in the 4th inning. Part of the Cavaliers' onslaught of home runs, and he was maybe gearing up for number 2 there and only got a piece. 2-1. Joe Tiroli on deck as well. It's a big sports day here in Charlottesville and extending down into the Queen City in Charlotte as well. You've got Hoos and the Hokies here today. Hoos and the Terps on the lacrosse field as well. Breaking ball called strike to Gracia. And also tonight, 8:30, ACC championship game. Virginia against Duke for the title. Cavaliers trying to earn a point in the Commonwealth Clash today. Here's the 2-2 to Gracia. Sounded like he got it off the end of the bat. Pops it up, shallow right, and nobody can make the catch. Hughes went into a dive, but once again, unable to come up with it. And Gracia's got a single right in the Bermuda Triangle in right center. Not the hardest hit ball he's gotten a hit on, but it does the trick. 1 on, 1 out now for the heart of the Cavalier lineup. Joe Tiroli. 3-run home run, his first at bat today. Gracia stands over at first base now with Grube holding him on. A lot of room on the right side of the infield with the middle shaded up the middle. This is skied to left. The park is going to hold this one today, though. Balls have been flying out to left, but that one finds the glove of Nick Licurdo. High fly ball out from Tiroli, 2 away. And what does Sam Harris have in store for us here for what will likely be his last at bat? You don't want to count your chickens for Virginia, but up 5, 3 outs to go. This is insurance right now, and Sam Harris can provide potentially. Grounder right side, but he pulled it foul. Well, he has clubbed 2 home runs to left field. A 2-run shot and a solo shot today for Harris. 0-1 as Lazaro stretches the glove over, takes a long look to Gracia and bounces that one in. It gets by the catcher Cook. Gracia can easily take second. Another miscue there. That's a wild pitch, likely from Lazaro. Gracia advances. RBI opportunity now for Sam Harris, although you could probably say that just about every time he gets in the batter's box, but a base hit can do the job here. Harris coming into today with 21 RBIs. He's picked up 3 this afternoon. The 1-1. Breaking ball, and Harris couldn't pull the trigger. He watches strike 2. Harrison Didowick on deck for the Cavaliers if it gets there. He's got a single and a walk today. Harris, 2 for 4. Trying to tack on 1 extra run here potentially. Upstairs with the fastball though, and it's 1-2. Tomorrow, the Cavaliers will throw John Payon, while the Hokies will likely go with Griffin Stig, but it's still TBA. Here's the 2-2 now. Harris got the breaking ball, waited on it, but could only stay alive, getting a piece. And if you're Virginia, if you can get the final 3 outs in that top of the 9th inning, it'll be the 2nd straight weekend they've won the opening games of the series to clinch in their first 2 tries. Sam Harris, the 2-2. Good looking pitch that just missed low. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Breaking ball that time coming in just under 80 miles an hour, it looks like. Big pitch here. 3-2. Outside, ball 4. Great at bat there from Harris. While he's always looking to do damage, he shows great patience as well. That's something that the coaching staff for this Virginia team has brought with them up from Durham. The approach at the plate, the patience, the discipline, not to chase, take the walks when they're there, set the table for the next guy behind you, and hopefully somebody's going to do some damage. It's worked out today, and they may not be done just yet, as it's 2 on, 2 out for Harrison Didowick now. And he goes after the first pitch. It bounces in, but Didowick couldn't help but offer at it. 0-1. Didowick singled in the 4th. He also walked in the 1st and would come around to score. He's stolen 1 base and also been caught stealing today. As home plate umpire Luke Hamilton going to brush off home plate before we get back to action here. 0-1. Didowick on the season, 18 RBIs. Gracia standing in scoring position. Off speed, and Didowick didn't offer it that one. He takes it for a strike. Hit one deep to center his last time up, but was maybe 5 feet shy of another long ball for this Cavalier offense today. Down 0-2. Grounds it up the middle. Behind the bag, it's the shortstop Gibson, and he eventually decides to go to first on a sort of slow developing play, but he gets Didowick in time for out number 3. No runs for the Hoos, so they will take a 5-run lead, and they'll try to close it out in the the top of the 9th inning and try to get the series win to boot. Looks like there will be a new pitcher coming in for the Cavaliers. We'll tell you all about him when we return here at Disharoon Park. It's the Smithfield Commonwealth Clash.
Sport is the preferred post-game destination for Virginia fans to enjoy a meal and drink after each game. Also, on your way out of the dish, you want to head over to Glocker Stadium as the women's lacrosse team has a 4 p.m. match at Glocker Stadium. Or you can head over to the Palmer Park to see the softball team. They're in the 5th inning over there. So come on out and support the women's lacrosse team and the women's softball team after today's baseball game. New pitcher of the game for your Cavaliers, number 10, Kevin Jackson.
Cavaliers will turn to Kevin Jacksel to get the final 3 outs here in the top of the 9th inning. The 4th-year pitcher coming from Congers, New York, and Don Bosco Prep has played his entire career in the orange and blue, and he is a key piece of this Cavalier bullpen coming in. And Jacksel, in 8 appearances so far, 9 2/3 innings, a 3.72 ERA, and has earned 3 wins. Trying to close it out today. First pitch is inside to the right-handed hitting Owen Petrich. So you got Max Stammel giving you 6 innings, allowing 5 runs, but leaves with the lead. Jacksel misses outside. It's 2-0. Then Noah Yoder pitches 2 scoreless innings of relief. Can Jacksel follow suit here and get his team a series win? He gets a strike on the outside corner. Home plate umpire turned to the Virginia Tech dugout there. Wonder if the Hokies didn't like that call. Looked like it was borderline maybe. That one's low though. It's 3-1, and Jacksel falls behind. Petrich, a big hit today for the Hokies offense. Drove home 3 of the 5 runs with a 3-run home run in the 4th inning. And he's swinging at the 3-1, but he only gets a piece. Fouls it back to the netting above the Tech dugout. 2 ground outs otherwise for Petrich. Full count now as Jacksel tries to battle back, but misses low, and it's a leadoff walk. Well, if you're the Hokies, that's what you need. Base runners at this point. So they will gladly take any free pass that Virginia is willing to give them. Yesterday, Virginia pitching was razor sharp. Between Henry Zetkowski and Lucas Hartman, 14 strikeouts, 0 walks. That's going to get the job done in most cases. That one's outside, and Jacksel all over the place here out of the pen. Only a couple of strikes, and he's got to settle back in here. It's a 5-run lead, which is comfortable if you're a Virginia fan. That's a strike. Good-looking pitch that time with the fastball, 1-1. But with the way college baseball offenses can turn up the heat at any point, it's the bottom of the order here, but you quickly get back to the top. Trayson Hughes takes outside, and it's 2-1. Looks like there's going to be a pinch hitter on deck for the Hokies. You get the lefty-righty matchup here with Hughes, and it looks like a left-hander's on deck. But a swing and a miss on the off-speed. Big hack from Hughes, but came up empty. Infield still looking for a ground ball potentially here with a runner at first and nobody out. Jaxel takes a peek and delivers. Pretty good pitch, but too far low. 90 miles an hour with the fastball, and he's in danger of putting the first 2 base runners on here. A look in, a look over, now back. The pitch, swung on, and he got a piece. Looked like it popped out of Weatherspoon's mitt there if he could have just held on, but it's tough when you get that deflection like that. And so we'll do it again, 3-2. Kevin Jaxel this year, mentioned the 3.72 ERA, 5 runs, 4 earned in 9 2/3 on 8 hits. And that's not in the zone, and it's ball 4. Back-to-back walks now. And it's still a 5-run lead, but every base runner that reaches is going to make this game more interesting here in the 9th. Now Eric Becker is going to come out and talk with Jaxel. Jake Weatherspoon's going to join him on the mound. I think they're just talking through situations mostly, but still interesting to see there Eric Becker sort of take charge out there. A guy who's been able to defer to some more experienced players in his career. I mean, you think about 2024 team as a freshman making it to Omaha, and then a lot of those pieces coming back the next year under Coach O'Connor. But he's one of the leaders this year, out at shortstop. Check swing on the first pitch. No swing, says the third base umpire. It is Anderson French, the pinch hitter here. He got an at-bat yesterday as well, so the hard-hitting catcher. There's a strike. Off-speed offering from Jaxel. French, in his 1 at-bat, was 0 for 1 with a strikeout yesterday against Hartman. Swings and misses there, and now looks like whatever Becker may have said has helped Jaxel focus in, get back in the zone. Here he's ahead with a few pitches to play with. 1-2, trying to get the first out here in the 9th inning with 2 runners on. Nearly got him to bite on another inside breaking ball, but a wise take there by French. Pinch hitter from Lewisberry, Pennsylvania here, French. 7 hits this season, but a swing and a miss there. Big strikeout for Kevin Jaxel. Gets the pinch hitter, Anderson French, down on strikes. 11th strikeout of the season for Kevin Jaxel now, and he's at an even 10 innings of work. Who's looked like they're fairly confident in Jaxel. Nobody's throwing off the mound. Well, it looks like somebody may be set to come in if Jaxel does find himself in deeper trouble, but he's back in the zone here to begin the at-bat to Nick Locurdo. Locurdo has swung a good bat today. 2 singles, went the opposite way on Noah Yoder, the only base runner Yoder allowed to reach. 0-1, popped up into shallow right. Jackson's coming on. He's got it. Runner holds at second. 2 away. And Jaxel, nice bounce back after walking the first 2 batters. Shallow enough there, and they didn't want to test Jackson's arm. Petrich stays at second base, and the Who's are 1 out away from a series win. The batter will be Ethan Ball, representing the final chance for Virginia Tech. 2 on, first pitch strike. Well, whatever was causing Jaxel to miss the zone early in this appearance, he has bounced back now and is filling it up. Looking in at the breaking ball, nice block by Spoon to keep it from getting past him and keeping the runners at bay. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball has reached twice on a walk and a hit by pitch. Jaxel misses outside now and falls behind, 2-1. So it's been up and down here for Jaxel. Sam Grube stands on deck. The number 3 hitter and the first baseman. Here's the 2-1. Got a piece off the end of the bat, fouled back, and Jaxel's 1 strike away from closing this thing out. Cavalier fans in attendance are going to get to their feet as it's 1 strike away from beating your arch rival in the series. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jaxel deals, grounder, right side. Tiroli's got it. Throw to first, in time. Who's clinch a point in the Commonwealth Clash with a 10-5 win over the Virginia Tech Hokies. Using the long ball today, 5 home runs, pacing 10 runs scored this afternoon, and the Hoos win their 2nd straight ACC series. Now everybody's going to be looking up at Chris Pollard in his first year as the head coach of the Virginia Cavaliers, making noise in the ACC. That's going to do it for our broadcast today. Thanks for listening in here on the Virginia Sports TV YouTube page. A reminder, tomorrow I'll be bringing you the series finale on the radio, and you can tune in to Virginia and Virginia Tech on News Radio 98.9 FM, 1070 AM. That's WINA, your home for Virginia baseball all season long. And tomorrow we will bring you the finale of Virginia and Virginia Tech. Who's clinched the series today? Once again, your final score, Virginia 10, Virginia Tech 5. I'm Adam Hawes here, signing off from Disharoon Park as the Cavaliers earn the point in baseball in the Smithfield Commonwealth Clash. Series finale tomorrow. You can listen on WINA. For now, thanks for listening in to Virginia baseball getting the series win over Virginia Tech. Get home safe if you're driving, and thanks for tuning in to Virginia baseball.
Enjoy a meal and drink after each game. On behalf of UVA, the athletic department, coaches, and student athletes, we thank you for attending today's game.